What's up, nerds? Welcome back to another episode of the Aggressively Average Angler podcast. We got a very special guest and a whole bunch of voting to get done today. So without further ado, I'm going to bring in our guest right away. We got Brian, Punch Fishing. Punch Fishing has been on this episode, episode previously, where we also talked about reels, specifically spinning reels. So this is going to be more of the broad spectrum of reels. But Punch, what's up, buddy? How we doing, man?
Fantastic. Happy to be here. This is definitely a favorite topic of mine as a hardcore gear addict. This is always fun.
This was a no-brainer guest, Paul, correct? This was
we screwed it up last time.
Yeah, the rods one would have been fun.
Fair enough.
That's definitely more I got way more opinions on rods. Reels are so simple to talk about because it's like,
yeah,
they're not like that. There's not that much that separates them all. They're essentially winches. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think, there's a lot less nuance with reels.
But I will say this, the lineups matter. And even one, like 10 out of 10 in a lineup could sway in a versus, right? So like the
100%.
Stees could just take you all the way. Kind of like with Z-Man, like Elastec took them almost all the way to the end, like almost to the end.
It wasn't enough.
It was like, you know what I mean? So it's it's the same kind of deal. It's pretty fun.
I think what's interesting with reels is how there's way more tribalism with reels than rods.
Yeah.
I fish tournaments and I'm always like looking at people's decks because I'm a gear nerd. I'm always like eyeballing what people have. And it's always like a hodgepodge of rods, but most people have like one brand of
one lineup for reels. It's so true. But again, it's also the thing that other than grip, it's the only other thing that's like, I mean, it's kind of, it dictates a ton about how you fish, right? Like sensitivity with the rod, sure, but like with a bad reel, you could have the best rod and you're not gonna have a good time.
Well, yeah, and people get a lot longer life out of reels for the most part too, because like I know people have like they'll swap rods out for whatever the latest greatest rod is, but some people hold on to their reels for a long time too. So
Jeff's holding onto an oldie right now.
I'm the exact opposite. I'm the kind of guy who is always chasing the newest best thing, and I get rid of stuff that's been replaced by a newer model. Like it all goes.
I'm gonna be running the same R. Probably till the day I die.
You would. I like new gear as much as the next person for sure. And I also would say like you do end up with that favorite reel that you'll just hop rod to rod. I've done that. I still have Komodo SS's and I had a Revo SX forever, and I ended up just giving it away on the show. But like that one, I could still be rocking that. All right. So first of all, welcome, nerds. We appreciate having you on the show. Real quick, on this episode, we will have a schmiveaway at the end. It'll be for a $25 Monster Bass gift card. We will do a draw for that. So if your friends aren't here, invite them back in so they have a shot at this. And I don't know if we're crushing it on votes. If we get over 100 viewers or something, we'll consider doing something else. You got to wait and see on that. That's the secret extra schmiv. Are we calling it, Paul? So that's
the secret schmiv has a nice ring to it.
Secret schmiv might happen if you guys are good. We'll see where we get. So obviously today we got some voting to do. If you guys read the episode description, we are talking reels, fishing reels with Punch Fishing, and we're going to be talking specifically about brands. And if your brand is not on this list, first of all, don't send us a whole bunch of angry comments. Like, I'm sorry. We did the best we could. We made a nice even bracket setup. And it is your job, the viewers, to vote for your brand that you want to win. And we're going to, how many brands do we have on the docket, Paul?
16.
16. So we're starting with 16. We're going to whittle it down to one, and that one will be the champion. And then after that, we'll do some draws for a schmiv and maybe a secret schmiv. We'll see how it goes. Again, invite your friends back in. And if you guys want to support the show, super chats are on. All right, let's get into the Q of the D. We have a very interesting one today from a subscriber, from somebody. Who is it from, Paul?
So I think
or you saw it on another.
Sometimes
episode.
I think I saw it on Instagram is where I think I saw it, and I'm pretty sure it's some serious angler. They post some questions that they go through, and I think I was like, oh man, that's a great question. So I'm totally poaching it, but I'm citing my source. So which I believe is the Serious Angler podcast. They had a question which was, if you could take anyone, and we're using anyone alive today, anyone that's like not in the fishing world, if you could take anyone not in the fishing world fishing, who would it be? Punch said he was like, oh, I got mine. Done. I already know who it is. Sign me up.
So I think he goes first.
Yeah.
Punch, what do you say?
Oh, that's it. Well, yeah. The first name that popped in my head is so we're all football fans, right? I know you guys are both Lions supporters, right?
Oh, 100%. I am, yeah.
So do you remember this guy that torched the Lions many times? His name was Randy Moss.
Oh, I've
never heard of her.
I heard tell.
What?
But Randy Moss is a hardcore bass fisherman. If you guys follow him on Instagram, he's always posting the fish selfies.
He's like, is he really?
Oh yeah, he's a hardcore bass nerd. Like that's what he does in his fun, like for fun. So I think going out on Randy Moss's boat and bass fishing with Randy Moss would be like super fun.
Shut up. So does he like bass fish off a yacht?
No, he's got a bass boat. No, he's got a legit
$400,000 one.
Bass boat. I don't remember what brand it is. He's got the baitcaster. He flips pitches. He's like an actual bass nerd.
That's so friggin' good answer. I don't even want to answer anymore. Like,
but now you guys
you don't get to
follow Randy on Instagram. You'll see some fishing content once in a while.
He just got 200 followers. That's dude. That's so cool.
And
it's not a common thing. Like, it's really not a common thing. It's just not
to have a celebrity fish. Like,
it just really isn't,
unless they're a fishing celebrity. Yeah.
So during the heyday of the Vikings, when they had Randy Moss, Chris Carter, and then our coach was Denny Green. Denny, Chris Carter, and Moss would all go on Florida fishing trips together to go bass fishing. So the three of them would go out and like on a boat all day and go fishing.
That's awesome.
Jerry Gutierrez said Adam Sandler. That's a good answer too.
That's a good one.
That would be, oh man, that would be
a good one. He would keep you entertained all day, right? And
dude, 100%. 505 said The Rock. I get that, but I'm not interested.
I feel like that's the go-to answer for this question because everybody knows that one clip, the one viral. There's actually 2 or 3, but like a couple of viral clips. The dude fishes a pond, and it's just like,
no, Rock has ponds on his property with
exactly,
and
he's fishing his own private.
Yeah, pond. He does that, and it's like all 10 pounders. You can tell when he was reeling that one in that it was just like, like he like just kind of like. Okay,
they're like, he caught me again.
Look at me go.
I'm gonna assume those fish in his ponds are well fed and fat and happy.
Yeah, they're all
they're eating like pounds of pancakes like he does.
I feel like Joe Rogan said as a popular answer. I feel like
that would be a good one because he said, I've listened to his podcast. He said he's into fishing and outdoors.
Oh yeah, and they've talked about fly fishing and stuff on his podcast. So I could totally.
You would be so deep into conspiracies at that point.
Well, yeah,
you would hear some like real interesting stuff. Randy Savage, R.I.P. R.I.P. We're talking living people at this moment, but yeah, that would be
Randy Orton. That's good.
Oh, dude, you gotta be careful around that guy. He might RKO you out of nowhere.
Someone said Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey would be really fun.
I agree.
Yeah, that's a good
I think people who are A- celebrities are the most interesting people in the world. Like
they're
above
still human
for sure, but not like super duper A gold status. Like, yes.
I think someone said Steve Harvey because a clip of him went viral a few years ago on the bass fishing social media because he had a kid came on who was a college bass angler, and the guy was like, "What do you do for fun?" He's like, "Bass fishing." And then Harvey went on a rant talking about like spinner baits, crank baits. Like he knew all the lingo.
He didn't.
You guys ever seen that?
No.
Look that up later. There's a whole clip of that. Yeah. So that's why. So Steve Harvey knows bass fishing. He spoke all the lingo with someone on the show.
Sick.
And that went like mildly viral for like a week or 2.
Oh my God. That's so cool.
Look, just Google Randy or Steve Harvey bass fishing. I'm sure.
God dang it. That's awesome.
All right, Paul, what's yours?
Oh God. I really don't know if I have. Yeah, I don't know if I have like a really. I don't have a really good one anymore. It would probably. I like the idea of like a comedy person.
Yeah.
I already. So do you guys Meat Eater? I would probably take
the hunting guy.
I would, but it wouldn't be Steven Ranella. I hate that guy. He's very argumentative. He's very argumentative. I would not be able to hang out with that dude. It would just bother me the way he talks. I love the insights. I love his show. But like, I know if I was in a room with that guy, we'd just end up arguing. But his like best bud, the Latvian Eagle, we would 1000%. We would go together and we would have a great time, and it would be like the best of times. And that dude is so cool. It would 100% be the co-host of the Meat Eater of the Meat Eater podcast. That's my answer. But I will say, Brian Latimer, if I could like just go hang out with anyone for a day that's in the industry,
fishing person,
that is not even close.
That would be cool
because he's like a dad, a cool dad. He does everything from kayak fishing all the way up to the boat fishing and everything in between. He's cool he seems like he's cool having fun, but also likes to get after it and is very competitive, obviously. And he also likes to hunt, four-wheeler, dirt bike, like all the stuff that I like, tinker with stuff and like make a big mess and like just like live life. Like I'm down. That's he's like one of my, I get very rarely be like, oh, I want to meet that person. I want to meet him. He seems so cool.
Yeah.
Good answer.
I think like a good answer is always going to be like somebody's business savvy. If you want to get like business advice, would be a good option too. So I don't know. I might look in that realm, but I also like the comedy option, and it kind of makes me want to go like
Bill Burr.
Well,
what about somebody totally left field, like a celebrity chef? Because then if you go crappie fishing, you could have them cook you crappie right after.
That's Gordon Ramsay. Like, let's go fish, and then you're gonna prepare me like this extra special meal.
That would be sick.
Or like you go another route and you say somebody who's promoting a movie. So you guys remember when Ryan Reynolds was doing Deadpool 2 and he was doing all this stuff?
Ryan Reynolds,
he comes out with you as Deadpool, and it's the promo.
Ryan Reynolds would be such a good one because he can business side, the soccer, so much.
All right, Jeff, that's your answer. Ryan Reynolds, that's a good one.
That's a really good
as Deadpool specifically.
That would be even. So he just gets on a gun
all day, like in leather.
Let's go. He's gonna suffer. It's okay. It's promoting the movie. It's for a good cause. All right.
Edwin Evers, that's a good one.
There's so many pro fishermen that would be fun to fish with. It'd be hard to.
Oh yeah, if it was fishing related, like it could.
There's
a million.
There's also a ton I would not pick. Like a lot that I would not like. I'd be like,
name all of them right now. So
I'm gonna do that. But there's a lot of like.
I would not want to fish with Ike and Ellie. I'd push him off the boat.
I could, and like it's not like I don't respect the guy, but like there's no way I would pass. I'd rather fish by myself.
Yeah,
like sorry.
I mean, I yell enough for myself. There can't be two of us in the boat.
That's what I'm saying, dude. You like that's why I can't go with Steven Ranella. He's just me, but even more rude somehow. It's not.
I feel like Ike goes way too far with it though, where I'm like, yes, he's just like, yeah, and he's like grabbing the camera.
Performative. I wouldn't. I'd be like,
bro, calm down.
Please stop. I don't need you to throw a Moloch spinnerbait with 9 hooks in it right into my back. All right. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of the show. The show meat. So if you guys have seen this before, I think most of you have. What you're going to see on screen is a bracket, and there's an East region and a West region. Sometimes I do the North and South. This one, just because there's actually not as many brands as you may think there are. Coming up with 16 was actually a little more challenging than you might think. So we've got the East and the West. In the West, we have Abu Garcia, Penn, Cast King, PC Fun, Guggen, Akuma, Shimano, and Fluger. Now, I did balance it out, so it's not like I try to keep it as even as possible. So in the East, we have Daiwa, Ardent, Zebco, 13 Fishing, Arc, Favorite, Lose, and Quantum. Now there is a concept here. Like there's an idea that we're trying to achieve. So I'm going to say there's like rules of the road, like general rules of engagement. When you're kind of like the first one we're going to do is Abu Garcia versus Penn. I know that Penn is more saltwater. We know that. And we know that Abu Garcia encompasses like this huge wide variety of stuff, right? Of brands even. But when you guys are thinking about, and like some people are going to be like, well, the spinning reels are so good, but the bait casters suck, or vice versa, or they don't even make a spinning reel. That's not the deal.
That's their weakness.
This is the same. Yeah, this is the same thing as when we were talking about bait companies. Some bait companies went really far because they are very broad. Some went very far because they're absolute bottom of the barrel, but maybe they have like one thing that maybe you can't live without, like the man's 1- as an example, right? And so it's just, if that brand, if it's like the total brand package versus the other total brand package. Yep. And that's all it is. Now we got Punch on here, and this is the deal. Like the vote is what matters. So you guys choose who wins and who loses. Our opinion does not matter unless it's a tiebreaker. But we are gonna make the case for both sides. We'll give you a little introduction, and really we're just looking to Punch to tell us what our answers should be. That's really what the bottom line. That's what it really comes down to.
We will consult with Punch. Also, I want to throw this out there for that secret schmiv. Let's do something a little twist, a little something different. Let's work on. There's 100 people watching right now. Let's get those likes up to 100.
Hit like,
yeah.
Hit the like. You're all here. You got to click one button. You click that button. I can see where the likes are. They're on my screen. So just get that rolling, and then we'll get Secret Schmiv at the end of the show. And no, this didn't make the list.
Oh, the Temu reels? Yeah, there's a reason it didn't make the list, you jerk. All right. So here we go.
Let's get into it.
We're gonna start in the northwest. In the west region, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do Abu Garcia versus Penn region. Yeah, that's
Abu v Penn.
So while you guys are voting, and I want to see the vote counts, there's 100 of you in here. There's absolutely no reason we shouldn't get like 80 to 90 votes. Like, just get your votes in. These are kind of
today's all about the votes, people.
Some of them are gimmies, so let's get the votes in there. But while we're totaling, let's go through like the general lineup. So like, Jeff, what's your like general on when it comes to Abu Garcia reels? What's like your general perception?
It's the Revo series entirely. Like, the Revos are amazing. I mean, there's other options, right? You got the Black Max, which is always great. They've upgraded it. So you got that. And then, yeah, if you want to spend up just a wee bit, like the Revo series, the SX especially, is just like a sick value reel.
There's the Zada.
The Zada is okay.
It's a nice spinning reel, in my opinion. And then you got the
it's kind of expensive for spinning too.
Oh, they're
like
expensive.
150-ish.
Yeah. And then you've got the Ambassador series, which if you're a non-bass fisherman is like a legendary, open style baitcaster series.
My first baitcaster ever was an open face Ambassador. When I
have one. I have one right up there on the shelf for walleye trolling.
Yeah, I still have a few. I have them. I haven't used them in 25 years.
I got an old Shakespeare and an old Ambassador.
So when I was like 14, 15, I'm 43. My local sports shop where I do all my fishing gear shopping, all they had for bait casters was Ambassador reels, and they're all right-handed. So that's why I'm a right-hander today, is because when I was young, they did not. There's no such thing as left-handed reels at the store. So like
born into it.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. I was just.
Oh, we got something here. Tom Allred, thank you so much for the super chat for $10.
Cheers, brother.
Appreciate you supporting the show, man. Are we talking performance or value?
We sure are. We sure are. What about the Black Max? Like all of us at one point were like, I don't have a lot of money. I like to bass fish. Maybe I want to try a bait caster.
Yeah.
Black Max.
Yeah,
boom,
that was
done.
My first.
Boom, done. And you got it it was good for 5 years.
Well, in Black Max, you can just go get at Walmart off the shelf too.
Anywhere.
So like, it's accessible.
It's literally Amazon. You can get one on Amazon for $40. It's like
it's super affordable.
You can get the old ones now, like on eBay for nothing. They're still good.
My thing with Abu is like, so yeah, the Revos are good. They're all. I mean, when we get into Abu and Luz, you can't. The elephant in the room is they're all Doyo reels. They're all
100%.
Right?
But explain what that means, because I don't. That's Spanish to some folks.
Yeah, so Doyo there's a couple big Korean manufacturers for reels. Doyo is one of the biggest ones, DOYO. They produce all of the Abu Garcia reels. So Abu Garcia is not a manufacturer. Like, they don't actually have molds and build the gears on the thing. They essentially outsource the reel builds to Doyo. So does Luz. So both these companies I think most people know this, but if you don't, so they're Abu and Luz are kind of what you call cake decorators. Like, they don't bake the cake, they just decorate it, right?
Yeah. And market it, and they're marketing.
Yeah, right. I will say Abu is a weird brand, because I used to really be into Abu for a while, and then I kind of sipped off the Daiwa and Shimano Chalice, and then I never went back. But like, the Abu stuff is I wish, like, they do really well in the low range. Like the Black Max is good, and then when you get into like the $200-$300, they have a lot of good options for Revo. What bugs me about Abu is when they try to go up market, where they tried to go up into like the $400 plus.
There's nothing there.
They fall right on their face.
Yeah.
Like, they try to come out with like the Xenon reels. Like, they try to come out with flagships. Like, they go, we got to have a flagship brand, because everyone's got a flagship brand. We need that $400 plus.
It's got to have a Z, like a zillion, Right.
So yeah, I mean, the Abu Premier used to be kind of like their top of the line, and now they kind of leapfrog that with the Xenons. All I know is I've not ever seen a person use a Xenon out in the wild. I'm not people I know sell them. They don't sell very many of them. It just seems like a reel that doesn't like need to be there. Like, why are they? I mean, I get why they're doing it because they want to have a flagship, but I think like if Abu stays in their like entry level to mid tier lane, then that's kind of their bread and butter for sure.
Pure value. All right, we need to keep cruising because we got a whole bunch of brackets to go through.
Well, and
so
we
Abu
didn't do
takes
Penn,
the dub.
Yeah, by a landslide.
Penn is classic.
I don't currently own a single Abu reel out of anything I have.
No.
No,
we just picked up our first in our while.
Yeah,
we got the.
But we should say that even though Penn has really no chance here because they're barely in the bass market. If this was
you guys are mostly
conversation,
fresh folks, right?
We would, or inshore, like we would be done. It would be like Okuma, Penn, and like that would be about it, right?
Yep.
Well, Shimano,
yeah. Well, Shimano and Daiwa are both very, very popular in salt.
There's like a big four on this list.
So they would be we would be having a totally different conversation. So that was kind of, we just wanted to get it in to fill out the bracket. Sorry, Penn. We love what you're doing. The battle's great. Let's move on.
If we didn't put it on there, we would have got yelled at. So
for sure. Next one.
Yeah, I love this next one.
So we got Cast King. This was done on purpose. Cast King versus PC Fun. So we've got the two, value brands. They are bringing you a cake decorated product. In some instances, even though now Cast King the last 2 years, they're making all their own stuff and it's very unique. And they are branching out. They're not trying to. They are branching out in a big way. And then PC Fun is bringing you honestly, it's got to be next
TikTok
to
reels.
The Cast King, except for the Cast King Royal Legend, it's got to be the cheapest reel that you can buy.
The PC Fun is all over TikTok. Like that, there are TikTok shopping it up, and they're going for that super budget audience. That's their thing. So if you're a budget,
I respect it. You got to respect it.
Someone might be yours.
Someone needs to live there, and someone has to be the best in there. So let's find out who's king of the basement. Get your votes in. It's 45. It's a pillow fight down there between Cast King and PC Fun.
You guys say that, but Cast King has plenty of $100 plus reels.
They sure do, and I think
they got
that's
300 plus now with their digital chips.
They're digital, and that's why I think Cast King runs away with it. And I'll say this: if you had asked me this 2 years ago, I might have even just said PC Fun because the Cast Kings were terrible.
They were basically the same at that point, right? There was three.
It was a lot closer.
There's them. PC Fun, Cast King, and Runkle, who's not on this list.
Runkle's not. That's not even.
It's just random Amazon brands. But they were all in the same bucket.
Cast King's got a $240 magnesium reel. Like they're
sure
not
do.
They're not.
And I've got the Kestrel.
I've got a $260 Kestrel, and it's amazing. It's so well designed, and the fit and finish is outstanding. I was very scared when we picked that up. I was like, did I just make a huge mistake? When it arrived, I was like, this is better than anything that I ever thought it would be.
All your hopes and dreams.
It was overbraked. It is overbraked. It needs new magnets. You pull the magnets back 15%, and it's a banger, an absolute banger. And if it's, we're talking about BFS, right? They did a wonderful job with it. And I know that translates into some of the other stuff that they've done. We've held some of their other reels at iCast, and they hold up.
We were talking about BFS, but that same general frame was the magnesium one that Punch is talking about, right? So they came out with that one too, which is what is that one called?
The Elite I think it's just the Elite or something like that. It's the purple one with the purple accents.
Gotcha. Yeah, so they're pushing a bunch of that stuff, but I think it's a no-brainer. Cast King versus PC Fun. It's got to be Cast King.
82-18 with only 55 votes in. First of all,
they're getting destroyed.
It is interesting to me that Cast King is deciding to go up, and once you start tiptoeing above $200, you're getting in the ring with the big boys, and kind of makes me wonder if that's like a good long-term strategy.
I mean, they're going at it hard right now.
I would agree.
They came in hot at iCast.
They did. I mean,
they did.
I'm interested to see what the next thing is because we use that. I'm not going to say it's a gimmick because I don't think they think it's a gimmick. I think that they believe that they have taken the first step into what is a 10-step next gen, technology. So I'm interested to see like steps 3 and 4. We
told that to their face. We were like, "Hey, this isn't
it. We're not there yet." But I see the idea. I like what we're trying to do here. Let's get wild with it. But I need to see a couple more, So I think this one, we can pull this one. 84-16.
Let's pull this one. And then I want a quick update on YouTube likes this Facebook likes is what's showing on the screen. YouTube likes we're at 61. So again, we're pushing for 100. If you guys are new to the stream right now, you can smash that like for whatever your favorite brand is if they're on here. And if we go over 100, we'll do a secret schmiv away time. All right. Next up, I'm excited for this one.
So yeah, next up we've got Guggen, which
you can't say it with a straight face, bro. Calm down.
They're releasing a baitcaster soon, and they already have released a line of spinning reels. And then you got Akuma, who really started in the saltwater / salmon fishing deal, offshore certainly, but has moved into the bass world in the last like 3 to 5 years. So we've got these two together, Akuma versus Guggen. And if you guys are following the channel, you guys know that we've been using Akuma for the last like 2 or 3 years. And here we are. We have a lot of experience with them. So Punch, what's your perception of, well, go with Guggen first.
Yeah, I mean, Guggen's got 2 spinning reels that are cheap. And then they have the baitcaster has been vaporware. They teased the baitcaster well over a year ago, and it's still not. So who knows if it's ever coming out, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. I get it. They sell rods. A lot of companies enter the reel market at a cheap price point so they can sell combos, right? Like it's what St. Croix is doing right now with that 7 reel line. It's that so they can pair stuff together. So I get why Guggen came out with reels, because if they can sell them as combos, great, whatever. I mean, they're not a serious reel brand, obviously, and they're not really a serious like rod brand either. I mean,
I think they think they are. They think they are.
Do you, or do you think it's just more of like marketing? It's just really good marketing. That's what it is.
Fantastic marketing. But Okuma is like an actual rod and reel brand.
100%.
Okuma brings the legitness, and also Logan owes $13 so far. I think you should pay to like a cancer awareness fund or something. You should go to your favorite charity, Logan, and give him $13 for this comment that he made. Put your money where your mouth.
The one thing that bugs me about Akuma is that they create lines like a real line, right? They'll let it go for 2 years, and then they'll just murder it and not improve upon it, and they'll release something totally different. And
they did it with the Bass series too. They're doing the same thing.
They do it with the rods too.
You had the Komodo, you had the Psycho Stick. Where's the Psycho Stick now? They're kind of depleting it now.
Well, it's not the Psycho Stick now. And the X series is sweet. I'm really upset we're not gonna get that.
I am too. I'm very sad.
They're unfreaking believable. They don't weigh anything.
It floats out of your hand.
But like in 2 years, that will be dead, and it'll be something completely different.
Something totally different.
I hate that, and because the ITX
sucks.
The ITX is wonderful. It's very nice. It's very value conscious. It's like $150 or less. I think it's a really nice value. The Samar, unbelievable value. The new ITXs that they released, thank God they did a second round on that ITX, the ISX.
Yeah,
unreal. For $100, you get so much for $100. I would try and beat it. That's just my opinion, but try and beat it for $100. But they don't. And they're kind of like they're in this wasteland.
Have you used the Daiwa Fuego?
I have one. It's on my desk. Yes.
Yeah. What do you think of that compared? Because to me, the $100 king has been the Fuego for years.
You got to get this ISX, man, because it's aluminum framed.
TX.
The ISX.
There's 2 of them. So the ITX, in my opinion, I like better than the Fuego, but the ISX is a little bit cheaper than the ITX with the aluminum frame. And also feels better than the Fuego.
And the gearing is all in line. It's sweet. The way they designed that reel is really cool. It's so heavy duty, and at $100, good luck. It's like good luck. Now,
unless you got the Stratic on
spinning reel people, it really doesn't matter for a lot of spinning reel people. So like, I'm happy. The Daiwa Fuego is amazing. It's so great. I do love it. But I also think that like, unless you are like a hardcore smallmouth guy and you're putting that drag through like a lot of work, I don't think you notice the difference. I would just tell someone go get the Samar for half the price, and it will last just as long. It's a monster. It's a monster.
So I think the Fuego was a great deal when it was on Black Friday, and also the Stratics. There was a few people commented they found the Stratic on sale, the new one, which is insane. But
We'll get to the Stratic. I got a lot of thoughts and opinions on the Stratic.
Yeah, we're not even talking about these brands yet. All right, Guggen, you're out.
Guggen's lost. Akuma advances. So far, Abu, Kasking, Akuma. It's all been wipeouts. We kind of expected this, you guys.
Like the first round's going to be that way.
This is how it goes. So the next one, we've got Shimano versus Pfluger. I felt bad for putting Pfluger up against Shimano. It's not really fair. Pfluger, I think they do a great job. There's nothing wrong with the president. Can't compete against Shimano. I just they can't.
A more interesting matchup would have been Pfluger against against Kasking.
I think they would have crushed him. That's my opinion. But yeah, I think that is interesting. I would put him up against like Luz. I think Pfluger versus Luz to me is like but I guess they don't really have the baitcasters. So it's not close.
I'm not grabbing ever.
Yeah, you're right.
But you're leaning on the president super duper hard, and maybe
the Supreme. The Supreme is
sure if they want to spend up. There's other stuff you can spend up on.
I will say up here in Minnesota, like people, especially walleye guys, love the Pflugers. Like, Cabela's sells the shit out of Pflugers up here. Like
it's value packed
stacks of them. Well, it's just that a lot of older dudes that are just like, oh, I've had a president forever, and I'll just get the new president, and it's under $100. And then
there's always on brand.
Yeah. No, you see a lot of them. But the thing is, like, if you pull a president apart, it's crap inside. Like, it's all brass. It's like it's all commodity parts. Like, it's not a refined reel. It's basically I want a 1975 truck that's just gonna work. Kind of where
it doesn't work well, but I love it.
And Pfluger pulls the wool over people's eyes a little bit because they're like high end reel, like their high end spinning reel, like the Patriarch or whatever, has the exact same guts as a president, like the same gears.
Really?
Yeah. When you pull them apart, the insides of them are literally the same thing. The only thing difference is the Patriarchs are lighter, different material, and a carbon fiber handle or whatever.
I've never used a Patriarch. I've always wanted to.
Yeah. But
I don't now.
It's got the
I'm not missing out.
Yeah, it's got the same parts in the guts and inside as
interesting.
They're cheap reels. Yeah,
that's why we got Punch here.
Yeah, that's exactly why we have Punch here, because we can be enlightened. But also, just real quick, I want to shout out to Logan, man of his word, puts up some money for Guggen getting votes. I love seeing it. Thanks for supporting us, man. So let's
hit the Shimano later. So I think Shimano wins this in a landslide, 93% to 7%.
We're gonna come back to him.
Not close.
Yeah, so we're Shimano crushes it.
So that takes care of round one for the West. Abu, Kasking, Okuma, and Shimano. Good night, Penn. Good night, PC Fun. Good night, Guggen, and good night, Pfluger. Thanks for playing.
A quick pause. Now for a quick pause. Before we go to the other conference, we are up to 71 likes on YouTube. So keep it rolling, you guys. We'll get close to that secret schmiv. And I want to see these votes. So the votes are now up to 73 votes on that last Shimano versus Pfluger. The name of the game. Let's get hyped up here on these votes. I got 140 people watching. So get your votes in, folks. Make them count. All right. Now
we go out to the east.
Shift.
Other side of the bracket, the other coast over here. All right. In the beasts of the east are Daiwa, Ardent, Zebco, 13 Fishing, Arc, Favorite, Luz, and Quantum. Yeah, I put Zebco on there because there's people voting for him. And again, it's it's hard to argue. The Zebco 33, we all started on it, kind of like the Black Max. Somebody might be sitting there being like, you know what, I don't care. I don't need the newest, fanciest thing. If I didn't have that for my kids and myself, maybe I wouldn't even go fishing. So we'll find out where everything slides. So right off the bat, we know this is going to be a slaughter, but it's Daiwa versus Ardent. Now, I kind of feel, look, it's 16 versus 1. Okay, like what do you want me to do here? I don't know, but someone's got to go up against Daiwa in round 1.
I can't even name an Ardent product.
I know,
I can't either. This is like a professional team versus like a middle school boys basketball team. Like, bro,
some mid-major
Apex. It's the Apex and the Arrow, and then they do have a spinning reel, which I didn't even realize, and I looked it up, and it looks like all this stuff looks like something you could buy anywhere.
What parent company is Ardent? They're under who owns
Great question.
Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to put on the spot, but I know they're part of the conglomerate. I'm pretty sure. But I don't know, man. Ardent's I can't even name an angler who uses Ardent anymore, like a pro or anyone who's on their pro staff.
Can't think of it.
I'm looking it up right now. Ardent Tackle LLC.
Maybe they're independent.
Real Care and defunct products in the USA.
Yeah, I don't think anybody. I mean, it could be owned by.
Maybe they're independent.
Yeah. I'm just saying it's not like under the hood of a bunch of fishing brands. Like defunct products could be doing all sorts of stuff across the map. So I don't know. Anyways, Daiwa. Okay, pull the poll. Let's get out of here.
Did anyone vote for Ardent though?
3%.
There's got to be some trolls.
It's one person. There's always one.
It is.
I will say this about Ardent though. I keep sort of like there are some brands that have started like dropping reels, and not that this is on the same level.
Okay.
Baits, right? They've got the CNC machine aluminum. Like I feel like that name pops up all the time now.
Sure.
Denali, like that name pops up all the time now. I've never used it, never thought about it. Halo is making a reel, pops up all the time. Never thought about it. Arc is a big one for me. We're going to talk about them later. Again, some of these other companies are way ahead of Ardent, but Ardent kind of falls in that realm of like they're like a B- on this list in terms of like obviously where they fall, but they do keep coming up. So I wanted to have some of those in there. But anyways, Daiwa crushes them in a landslide. It was not going to be a question. 77 votes. Thanks for getting it in.
So,
now, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say Ardent. JT Kinney is like Ardent's guy apparently.
Okay.
He's one of those like was it the company that owns like the American Tackle, like the companies that do the you know what I'm talking about? God, why is it
American Tackle? Yeah, that's like net baits and that whole deal.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do a bunch of they do net bait. I bet you it's under that umbrella. If I see JT Kinney on this, it's got to be.
Yeah,
that would make sense. So Ardent Reel Butter, BX Cloud calls out, is like that's where I know the names, like the reel kits, the reel butter grease. Is it the lightning grease or whatever? Like all that stuff. That I know. That's the Ardent stuff I know.
Ardent got in the market for like the degreaser solution and the reel butter that was always at just like Cabela's or at like Gander or whatever. Like it was always on the shelf as a little kit. That's true. I know I have it somewhere.
All right, so awesome.
So next up, we've got Zebco. Again, sorry, Zebco versus 13 Fishing. 13 Fishing for me, it's the same as with the baits. It's the same as with the rods. It's the same with a lot of stuff. One, I love the ingenuity. I really do. Like, I like that they try and do things their own way. They kind of look at what's out. They don't really, it seems like they don't really look at what's out there. They're like, I'm just going to design a reel the way I would do it. Joshua Voss's bolt harsh. Wow. Okay. I mean, that is your opinion, dagger. I have had 2 or 3 13 Fishing reels. I have the Concept A2.
Yeah.
It's not the best, but once you get it dialed,
how much was it?
I think they're $240.
Yeah, not the
they make that's the new one. The new one, it's at the A3 is $240. The old ones are $190.
It's
the reel itself is very good. What's not the best is the adjustment, like the way you adjust the brakes. That was what was unique about that reel. Everything else about the reel I really like, but once you get it set, it kind of stays there forever, and you never really change it. But I love that reel. It's like a staple for me. I love it. But you know, the Z slide at 280.
The Z slide is what I was going to ask.
Such a good idea. I want to try one for like 2 days straight. I never got a chance to do it. Yeah, I want to mess with it. I've used the Concept C. I don't like it at all. It's chunky and clunky. I don't like it.
Same with the Z. I felt the same way.
I think those are the only ones I've used.
Meh.
What was remember the Concept Z where 13 was really trying to push the copolymer or whatever, the bearings that don't have any grease?
Yep. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. It was the Concept Z. It was like radioactive green or whatever.
Red.
No, that's not the red.
That's
a different.
Red.
Oh, I saw. Yeah, the red one too. Yeah.
The Concept Z. That's the radioactive. Concept Z is the that's the gray one. The gray and orange.
It changes colors every year, dude. Because the Z slide used to be green, now it's purple and gray or graphite color or whatever. Like, yeah, they keep changing. But you're talking. All right, so Punch is talking about their copolymer bearings. It was the red model. Was this like last year or something?
So let me look it up real quick. It was in.
Is that the Concept series? The T series? The Concept T?
So you guys might not remember this. Back in like 2018. Because I just looked it up.
That was a different era, bro. Nothing exists before 2020.
In 2018,
what is history?
13 marketing did a full-on blitzkrieg of this new red Concept Z, and its hook was no grease or oil bearings. So it was I don't remember if it's copolymer bearings, but it's the bearings that they're not metal, right?
And so you don't need to do anything to them.
Yeah, I don't need to do any maintenance. And they were like, this is gonna change everything. This is like the next generation of like real products. And then they killed it off. It didn't. I don't think it sold very well. I don't know if there's maintenance issues, but like they abandoned that after about 2 years. They were like, all the Z's went on clearance. They never did another one of these with the non-metal bearings. Yeah. Someone in chat's gonna know exactly what material.
Now I want one. Like now I want one real bad.
I won't forget. Like there's stupid videos that 13 put out of like people going, they cast it and they go, oh my gosh, like this is amazing. Like they were like so surprised that this reel was so smooth and casted so well.
No grease, no way.
Just a different material bearings. And they were like acting like it was, you could give some of the 13 pro staff like Oscars for their performance of like how life-changing this reel was. And then they killed it. They killed it. And they stopped doing it. It's so funny. 13
do they make
ultimate throw shit at the wall and see if it sticks brand. Like they kill off stuff so quick and they just run
I think some of that's because they go way outside the box.
I think they just try stuff.
Yeah, they just try stuff all the time. And I don't
we've talked about it. We've done clearance orders on Tackle Warehouse, for example. And 13 Fishing, it's one of those brands. It's always in the clearance rack. Always. You can go in there, you can get their square bills, their lipless baits all the time, and then you can find randos like that Pathfinder we got, which was the hollow body stick bait.
It's half soft, half
I will say
it's what, Paul?
the good things about 13 is their rods break all the time, but you can easily replace them. So 13 takes busted rods and just swaps it and gives you a new one. Like you don't have to. It doesn't matter how you broke it. They don't care how you broke it, where you broke it, when you broke it. You send them a broken one and just send you a new one, and it's like zero cost. Like they just replace stuff.
And that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's a bonus to them. But on the negative side, it's because their rods break so much that they have to.
I've had an Omen Black.
Broke like 4 13s.
Oh my! What ones? Was it the Muse?
All up down the price line. Like I've broken Muse Blacks. I've broken the Omens. They snap.
Yeah.
So the other thing with 13 is their spinning reels are trash. Like their spinning reels are hot garbage.
Agreed. 100% agreed. That's a huge.
We use them for ice a lot.
The ice fishing stuff I really like, but yeah, I would 100% agree with that.
There's like the free fall has major problems.
All of those reels have problems. Fine. Every single inline, every one.
Yeah, all inline.
Problems.
Yeah,
all of them do.
It's okay It's okay for pan fishing.
Like, shallow pan fishing, it's fine. Everything else is trash.
Yeah, and like I want to use them, but
they seem great until it's actually cold, and then it's the worst.
It's every 5 drops, it overspools and spills out everywhere. Like okay,
and like
cool.
the ice cube, the
ice buildup is bad.
They all, and it doesn't matter what one. It could be the cheap Eagle Claw. It could be the blacked out, whatever version. It doesn't matter. They all do that. All right.
Well, all those 13 inlines are the same, except for the Descent. That's like their different one. But and
they're all like China produced, mass produced, real cheap. Like if
but not cheap to us.
Well, I mean, you could get them for like $40. Sometimes
they clearance colors out.
Yeah. There's always some new color edition.
Yeah,
I think Paul, you got like a.
I got the American one for $60 with the rod.
Never
so Zebco
took it.
Zebco took 30% of the vote against a huge company. So that should tell you all you need to know about the perception on 13 and the reliability of the old school spin casters. From Zebco.
I wonder if they can handle Daiwa in the next round.
We'll find out soon.
We got to 93 votes on that one. 93 votes. Nice work, people.
I will say 13's like their Concept A baitcasters are perfectly fine. Like the C's are perfectly fine. Like they make some perfectly fine $200 baitcasters. They're not terrible. They're not great. They're fine.
That's what I love to hear.
The durability. Well, the durability is really nice too. Because I think that A2 will probably outlast me.
I have owned a bunch of 13 baitcasters over the years.
So next up, we've got Arc reels versus favorite.
This should be a no-brainer.
This is tough because favorite, I don't know where you even get a favorite reel outside of Favorite's website right now.
Dick's Sporting Goods.
Dick's Sporting Goods.
Combos only. Well, no, they have reels too. They have the reels separate and the rods. Yeah, Dick's Sporting Goods. It depends on the Dick's store that you go to, but like some of the bigger Dick's Sporting Goods, they carry a massive amount of favorite. They got displays, they have all that stuff. But even the little guys, they'll have a couple combos always. And like they don't look great.
I've never seen one in person. I know they have a stupid little favorite like logo thing on the top of the reel. It looks really strange.
Last time I was at one of those Dick's Sporting Goods, they had the favorite, and they also had the Lunker Hunt stuff that they were pushing for a minute. Do they still have it? Is that still a thing? The Lunker Hunt combos?
No way.
Oh, they felt terrible.
It seems like Arc. So Arc seems to have gone pretty hard to paint in the last 2 years on. Out with new baitcasters, and their designs look pretty cool. People seem to think they're all right. I have yet to buy one. I probably should pick one up just to play with it.
I want to get one. I want to get a Gravity 5.
I have one, but it's not here. I have the BFS.
The BFS.
Like I paid for it.
And it has the gravity. It has the gravity adjustment in it. So if you pop open the side plate on the gravity adjustment, there's basically 3 settings for how close the entire system, how close or far away it can be to the spool. And so you basically get like three times the amount of adjustment within like the external 10 turn. The whole system can move closer or further to the spool for 3 degrees. It's a really cool idea, very unique. They all feel really good. They're all into the ultralight, metal frames, which is great. The price points, other than the 7, all seem extremely value conscious. The Gravity 1 is $80. Good luck beating that. That's tough if it's as quality as we think it might be. The Gravity 5 seems like it's the mega value, which is where I would like to kind of showcase folks for, who kind of follow us. But they've got the 7 as well. So there's a lot more than what you think out there.
Yeah, we'll pick up a few in the next year for sure. I think we tried the 5 and maybe the 7, but we got the BFS coming at some point. It was pre-ordered, estimated delivery or shipment date was like end of November. Obviously, that didn't happen.
Well, that's right now.
Well, it's December now, and I haven't gotten any alerts, so I don't think it's happening until next year. But that's fine because I can't fish anyways. So as long as I get it before spring, I'm stoked. So we'll try that out. But Arc right now is absolutely dominating.
Well, they have the Gravity 3, 5, and 7, which I always think is interesting. Why they do the naming conventions out like odd numbers or whatever. It's weird.
I would love to be a fly on the wall in a room when they're coming up with names, especially like at 13 Fishing. We didn't give them props for their naming conventions, where you'd want,
Well, they also have the Gravity 8 that came out too. So there's
so there's no consistency. Got it.
None at all.
I'll say like none of
1,
the brands.
3, 5, 7, 8, and BFS.
42, 69, 14.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would argue that none of the brands have good naming conventions.
Fair enough.
Daiwa has 45 Tatulas.
With 6 different acronyms after them, the TW, AWS, like
CT, whatever.
Go on, CT, like it goes on forever.
Dude. And then Shimano's naming conventions kind of suck. None of them are very good at naming their product lines.
Correct.
And to be fair, neither are like auto manufacturers. Like I don't really know who's super good at it, but like it's not here for sure.
Like, so I think look at brands like Mercedes or BMW. Yeah. It's like it's
yes, my 535i E series. Wait.
You get the quality or you get the name, you don't get both. You're like good, but it's gonna be named something stupid, or it's gonna be named awesome and it's gonna be utter garbage. Your choice.
All right, so this one I think Arc takes it. We got 76 votes in, 76% in favor of Arc. I think we made the right choice.
Yeah,
favorite's kind of a joke, but I know that people know them, and I wanted to have them in here. So too bad you lose. Next one, we've got Lose versus Quantum. So
people are already calling the Shimano Daiwa.
We know, but you got to play the games, guys. All right, we've had upsets before. You got to, and you guys can choose. There could be collusion. I'm not saying we should do that, but like if you guys wanted to do it, start it in chat. I want to see the collusion.
It could be hat or sunglasses.
I want to see real gate. It's going to be Daiwa versus Sunscreen in the next week.
How did they get in there? How did that happen?
I don't know. All right, so we've got Lose versus Quantum. Now, Quantum's probably seen its best days behind it in terms of like a brand. I think if we asked this question 5 years ago, it might be a different conversation. I don't know. And Lose, I think it's like a popularity thing. I've had a couple Lose. I thought I really liked him when I first got him, and then after I fished him for like 2 years, I was like, I paid over $200 for this. I can't believe I did. But they also have some reels that they can hang their hat on, like the BB1. There's like 3 or 4 models that you could say are like sort of staples in the industry. They've got Mock under the brand, which I hate, but a lot of people really like.
A lot of people like it.
I've had a lot of Lose. I've had a lot of Lose reels over the years. The Tournament Pro, I'd say like BB1 Tournament Pro, Hypermag, and those are probably like the most popular ones.
Upper level. Yeah.
Well, yeah, the Hypermag's actually a really sweet reel. I've had a couple of them over the years.
I've not.
340 run-in price is like 340.
Yeah, but you can get them on, like, you never pay that price. Like
the upper level
room on Lose deal. Like there's a lot of wiggle room on Lose. Like is like companies throw them up pretty cheap sometimes. I've gotten
LFS. The LFS is $100.
LFS you can get it on sale a lot. BB1 you can
$90.
It was on sale Black Friday.
I've managed to score Hypermags for under 200 new.
Dude,
like they do sell, like people get rid of them.
Good,
but yeah, I would say so here's the problem with Quantum. So Quantum was like in the 2013 to 2016. The Quantum Smoke was one of the best like lightweight
period
for a long time.
Yeah.
And so, but here's the problem. Quantum hasn't updated any of their reels in a long time. Like if you go on their website and you look up like the Accurist or the Smoke, it's the same reel from like 8 years ago. Like they haven't done any refreshes in a long time, which makes you wonder, like, I think they're just kind of dying on the vine as a brand.
But I think they got bought. I think Quantum was purchased along with Zebco by
under Lose.
It's under the Lose brand.
Lose. Yeah.
So they're one of the
Lose,
brands
Mock,
now.
Zebco, and Quantum.
And I think
they're all the same company.
I'm not uncertain that they're probably sitting on that brand knowing it has cachet, and at some point they're going to do something with it. It's just not happened now. Now I think that was like 3 or 4 years ago. Something like that.
Yeah, they were talking about doing this at ICAST 2021. That was like the first year they were in a booth next to Lose. And they were talking about, we talked to the guys because we were there with Rick and the Monster Bass crew, and they were talking about how they were supposed to be coming out with some new stuff for Quantum, and I haven't seen anything.
Kill it, kill the brand. Why don't need them? Like we don't need more brands. Like just drag them out behind the shed.
I think Lose. The problem I have with Lose is all their lower end graphite stuff. It all twists, all of it. It twists, and then some of even their higher end stuff. A lot of it breaks down after about season 2. It gets rattly. The where the mag adjustment closes, like the door.
Define higher end. Which ones?
The tournament series, even those after
mid to upper level. Yeah,
I'm like, okay, I paid $220 for this. It shouldn't be rattling. It's fine. It works fine, but it shouldn't be rattling. And that's kind of like the shotgun thing. Some guys, they get a shotgun, and they're like, "This is a perfect gun." And like, it'll start rattling after like 2 or 3 seasons. But you paid $250 for it. It shoots fine. They don't care. But there are some folks who pick up a gun like that, and they're like, "If I feel any rattle, I'm not going to shoot this. I would never do that.
That brand's done.
Like that's dead to me. I'm never going back.
That's
again,
how I am.
Period. Forever." And so it's the same thing with me for a reel. If I pay that much for a reel, I want to feel rock solid for the duration of what my expectations are, which is way more than 2 seasons.
Well, what's interesting is Lose just rebooted their whole their mid to tie-end tier line is all on the new Doyle platform. So Doyle came out with a brand new, completely new platform, and the 3 highest end Lose reels are all on that new Doyle platform. So it's the Hypermag, which is funny. So it's Hypermag and Pro TI. They introduced a more expensive reel than the Pro TI at ICAST or this past year, and it is bonkers to me. It's called the Elite.
Did we miss that?
It's called the Elite TI, and it is
we looked at it.
$99. It's $499. Lose thinks they can play in the $499 space
for a plated.
I don't know, man. I don't know what the heck the difference is between the Pro TI at $399 or the Elite at $499.
So that's how I feel. Okay, so that's the one thing. Okay, one of the things that I really don't like about Abu Garcia is their pricing. The pricing levels don't make sense. You just buy the SX. Nothing else makes sense from a value perspective. You don't get enough with the Beast to justify the excess cost. Just you get the same thing with the SX. Don't go with the SXT. You pay 80, 50 or 60 bucks for one more little chunk. Yeah, for the SX for one little chunk of aluminum that you don't care about.
Right.
Like it doesn't serve any purpose. And then anything below that, just get the Black Max. Don't get anything else. Like, and I feel like the reverse of that is true with Lose. They have every single price point, but only 3 of them matter. 100, 200, and then if you're cool paying a ton of money for something you don't need, that. But nothing.
How long did we spend? How long did we spend looking at the difference between the SX
10 minutes,
and the STX?
going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and then someone's
like,
like,
"What did we get?
The
Why
metal
is this one more?
The aluminum side plate," and you're like, "Are you out of your
system? Same
like,
braking,
you gotta be out of your
same
mind.
components.
Everything's the same except for that side plate." I'm like, "Why are you doing this
for
so
60 bucks?
Those two things, like if you look at the lineups on their own, they're on opposite ends of the spectrum. They're doing the same mistake, just in 2 completely different ways, in my opinion.
Man, all right.
Man.
Rolling on.
Lose spinning reels are also like in the same ballpark of 13, where it's just commodity, like Chinesium crap on the inside. Like, so I've never been impressed with Lose spinning reels whatsoever. Inside of them, they're pretty junk. Like as far as
know. For some reason, I've never even looked at them, but good to know.
Yeah, Luse's spinning reels suck. 13 spinning reels suck. But
they have the wind grip, so who wants that? All right,
we got people, like 12 guys.
I'm not I'm not a wind grip hater. It's a grip. I think we get to.
I don't like, because they're chunky, they're big, and they're.
I don't like the big grips. But
again, it's an opinion thing.
To each their own, right?
Exactly. The T grips are kind of big. Like, you know what I mean?
There's a lot small. If that was a wind grip, a wind grip, you'd need to get your whole elbow over it. So Lose takes that one 81 to 18. Sorry, Quantum. Thanks for playing. You're out. So Daiwa advances, 13 Fishing advances, Ark and Lose advance. Ardent, see you later. Thanks for playing. Zebco, nice try. We love you, but you gotta go. Favorite never had a chance, and Quantum does not win. Jeff, what do you got?
9 likes away from 100 likes on the video. So
hit like.
Literally call 9 friends. There you go.
I believe in you. All right, so
let's go.
While I'm announcing the next our Elite 8, go hit the like button. So we got Abu, Cast King, Akuma, Shimano in the west, in the east, Daiwa, 13 Fishing, Ark, and Lose. All right, so let's go back up to the west. So this is going to be a slaughter. I don't really know how far we have to go into this, but Abu Garcia versus Cast King. Even if we were treating
12 seconds,
even if we were treating this seriously, which I'm not sure that we are, and it's kind of unfair to say. Like, I get it if you have a pet favorite with Cast King, but I think the Black Max. I think Black Max alone gives enough of a challenge to the value of Cast King to just wreck this one.
You got Black Max, Revo, and Zada. Like, there you go. That's the vast majority of what everybody's buying from them, anyways. Good luck, Cast King. No offense, bro. You got some.
I'm trying to think, like, what are good base, like, what are good price point Abu spinning reels? Because I haven't touched an Abu spinning reel in so long.
So the Revos, they get up there. That's the problem. So yeah, they have some in the slightly lower tier, but it's like 99 bucks. Like the Revo is 99 bucks.
And they got the Zada's, the OD Army Green,
which is like 160, 150.
Yeah, like
I'm sure they have a Black Max spinning. I mean, you can get that at Walmart and Meyer.
$40.
Black Max spinning is decent.
$40, get it at Walmart.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy with it. I would love to put that head to head with the Samar ball. Maybe we should do that.
There you go. This is a video.
Samar versus Black Max spinning.
The Samar's good.
I'll do it.
I will do it all day.
I'm guessing a $40 Black Max is actually like a $10 reel.
I mean, for sure. Spinning reels just are that way. I mean, baitcasters too, but yeah. And it's going to be the one that you get in the sandwich clamshell at the store.
That's what makes the Samar unique.
In what way? What are you saying?
All right. Are we moving on?
What makes it unique? What makes it unique? What did you say? Oh, yep. All right. Paul's gone. Cool.
Oh, I can't tell if I'm breaking up or not. I don't even know if you guys can hear me or not.
No, you're back. You're fine.
I was talking to you. Did you hear? I was like, go away.
I think he lost us.
Did he?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. No, Paul, we can't. We can hear you. You can't hear us, apparently.
Yeah, I think we didn't lose him. I think he lost us.
Yeah, I think we're all here, and chat gets it. You know, it wouldn't be an episode of this show if there wasn't a massive technical difficulty, because we've been on a hot streak lately with that. Oh, look, he's back. Do we let him back? Oh my God. I'm not allowed to touch. I think Chaz was putting him in.
Are you good?
Jesus Christ.
Are we good? Hear us now?
I can hear you.
We can hear you.
Good. We were talking to you the whole time, and
I was talking.
Couldn't hear us.
I was also talking to you, but it just didn't seem that way because I wasn't on the internet.
We were ignoring you.
The hackers at Quantum are after us now.
They're like, "What'd you say?"
Fair enough. They're like that one guy really does not like me. Too bad.
Just because Papa Lou's didn't make us better. All right.
Quantum is DDoSing the feed.
Oh God. They're gonna dox me. They're like, this guy.
All right, you're done.
So Akuma versus Shimano. So we've got the very limited Akuma lineup. I would argue quality, but very limited Akuma lineup against the massive and also very high quality Shimano lineup. Get your votes in. Let the slaughter commence.
Yeah, I think it's got to be a slaughter here. There's no way.
It's not close. Shimano, okay, Punch. Give us your. I think this is your time to.
Yeah, we haven't spoke on Shimano.
Yeah, give us the spiel on Shimano. Where did they live for you in your brain? What portion of your brain do they have real estate in?
Yeah. So okay. So a lot of things. Number one, Shimano and Daiwa, obviously, if everyone doesn't know, they're unique in all of these brands because they do all of their own manufacturing. They manufacture their gears, they manufacture their frames. Everything they do is in-house, right? They don't outsource anything. Shimano has a history in the biking world, so they know gears. So Shimano is fantastic at machining and producing gears, right? Because a lot of people don't know, like they're big in mountain biking and the cycling world, right? So like they have
my bike shoes, Shimano.
Yep.
What's that?
Well, your bike shoes, but also like mountain gear parts. Yeah. I have tons of mountain gear parts from Shimano.
So Shimano's got they got a leg up on everybody because they have the R&D for all these, for making really great gears. So anyway, and they also have like all this history. So I think to me, Shimano lives in a couple worlds. Number one, I think they make the best all around ATV spinning reel ever made. Like you can't. The Stratic is if you're going to put your money into one spinning reel and you only want to buy one and you want to have it last forever, this is the Toyota Tacoma of all spinning reels, right? Like it's just, you can't get better product for this price. Obviously you can bump up a little bit and go lighter to like the Vanford, but to me, this is always the GOAT, right? And so like they dominate the $200 spinning reel world. Like there's just nothing better for the price point than Stratics. But then when you go, what's crazy about Shimano is then they pick apart every price point in between the Stratic up to the Stella, right? So like everything from $200 to $400, they basically have something in almost every $50 to $100 increment, right?
Yeah,
it's insane. So like Shimano's just they're like to me the kings of spinning reels. Like just they have a little bit for everybody and everything is good. They don't make a bad spinning reel product. But on the bait casting side, they've really improved in the last few years. Like the SLX line is a hit. Like SLX are everywhere. I go to
the fish tournament is nuts.
Yeah,
it's crazy how popular their budget line is now. So like the SLXs are that was a home run. Obviously Corrado is Corrado, like it's whatever. But like to me, Shimano where they form
can it be whatever? I think there's some people would sit in a room and tell you it's the best reel they own.
The Corrados? No, I know, but there's nothing. I don't need to pump up Corrados, right?
Oh, okay.
Corrados pump themselves up, bro.
Yeah,
I just want to.
No, Corrados are amazing, but to me, where Shimano falls flat is in the premium reel, the premium bait casting side. So like when you get over $350, they don't have a compelling option, in my opinion. Like they top out at the Bantam. To me, the Bantam is the height of their bait casters. Like,
not the Metanium.
No, I don't. I think Metanium sucks. So this is like the US Metanium is not great.
The takes are fire because there's guys in here who when they started fishing, would say that the Metanium is the only reel they would ever spend up for if they were the richest person in the world.
The old Metanium, sure. Like the generation previous to that, I would totally say yes. Buy all of those, run the whole lines top to bottom. I actually like the old Metanium generation better than this one. The problem with this one is the spool is too deep. Like they make a Japanese version, the JDM version has a shallower spool. These things are do you guys have this current Metanium?
Bro, who are you talking to?
Current, like I'd have the old one.
Well, let me just grab it. All right.
Well, the thing is, like, these things are they're temperamental as hell. Like getting these things dialed in is a pain in the butt. The little adjustment dial is insanely hard to adjust and read out on the water. It's not a super user-friendly reel. It palms great. It's magnesium, so it's light-ish. It's actually not even that light for the material it's made out of. To me, this is not a step up from the previous Metanium by any means. However,
I wouldn't expect any Shimanos to be light after holding like the Corrado. Like
the Aldebaran is insanely light. Like the Aldebaran is amazing. You guys as BFS dorks, you guys would love the Aldebaran BFS.
I want to get one. We do. We both want one.
Nerds, not dorks.
Sorry, nerds.
Get out of here.
Yeah, that was a curse word in this.
Off-brand.
He almost got, but Chaz had his finger on the boot on. He was like, "Oh, he apologized. Okay, bring him back."
But to me, like right now, this is the best bait caster that they make as far as like if you're just gonna break the bank.
That's the Bantam.
The Bantam is so good. I love these things. I have two of them now in in this current generation. Like if I'm gonna buy one reel for the whole line and I got money to spend, the Bantam is winning out over the Material. So my point is,
there you go.
Shimano, up and down, spinning reel king. Now they're kind of the budget king with the SLX. They also make great $200 stuff with the Corrados. You know, the 150 and the M. Bantam is amazing, but once you get above the Bantam, Daiwa kind of elbows them in the face. So that's kind of where Shimano lives in my head. Like they have a lot of great stuff up and down the product line, except if you want to go super bougie. That's where Daiwa kind of wins out, in my opinion.
Okay, so
I did buy the Stratic, and I was not upset with that recommendation at all. Like,
which one was it? So let's answer this question for Joshua Simonson. Is
not the new one; it was the previous. But yeah, go with the.
So the FM is Shimano goes in the alphabetical order. So whatever the later letter is the newer one. So this is an FM. But the FL is really not that much different. They added a couple little doohickeys from the Stella to the new Stratic. Yep. So the Stella has like, this is the new Stella. So the Stella has this like weird little fin that helps collect the line. You can't see it, but there's a little plastic fin here that's supposed to like take line twist out. They added like little feature like that to the new Stratic. So they added, so what always happens is the Stella comes out and then little bells and whistles that are on the Stella make its way down to the Stratics.
Nice.
So, which is great.
I did hear that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, either Stratic, you can get these FMs still on sale, but the FL is the current version, which is just some slight upgrades over this. But yeah, the Stratics, you can't kill these things, man. You can beat the crap out of them. These things, you can drop them in freezing water. Like it's just, you can't kill a Stratic. They're just, like I said, they're the Toyota Tacoma of fishing reels. Like you can just take my line out of them, and they are going to start up the next day and be perfectly fine.
Remington 870, baby, all day.
Exactly.
All right. So did we ever vote? Did we finish? 87% Shimano. Okuma took 12%. I'm proud of Okuma. Good job.
Okuma,
the little
good
engine
job.
that could. I'm telling you, I like all their stuff though. And
you guys
someone
gotta set me up with some Okuma stuff to play with.
We need to. This needs to be said though. So I feel like this is really important. What happens a lot of times is people think that because people ask us, well, why are you with Okuma? Shimano's better, or why are you with Okuma? Dai was better.
Let me just call up Shimano. Hey, you want to hook a brother up?
That's part of it. But even to say that just because Shimano makes maybe the best bait caster or the best $100 bait caster or whatever, does that mean that no one else can make a really good product? Like, should you never buy somebody else's good product because one person makes the best of something?
Well, that's because people like to fanboy. That's what happens. You get latched onto a brand.
I'll summarize this real quick. Why are you guys with Okuma instead of Shimano? Okuma will take your call. Shimano, good luck getting in at Shimano. And like,
that goes without saying. But like, even taking a step away from the reality of the world, which you kind of have to, like, let's assume that someone doesn't understand that. Like, Can I not say that the Samar is a great budget reel? It still is, just because it's not the absolute best that's ever been made. Like there's a reason there's 3 huge truck brands, right? There's 3 huge truck brands, and they all make a great truck, and there might be one that is the best. Does that mean, and let's say it's the F-150, I'm making this up, but does that mean that the Dodge Ram is not a good truck? Or does that mean the Silverado is not good or even great? No, they're all great. So like, go get the black one.
It doesn't have anything to do with that.
Like, well, also it makes sense for Okuma to work with guys like you, because because you're going to be able to shine a light on them that they, that's beneficial for them. And like, Shimano doesn't need us to tell everybody how great Shimano is, right? Like, like companies like Okuma, they need people to, try the products, give opinions, and get the word out there, right? I mean, it's a good relationship when both, when you're into a brand and the brand is into you, right?
Yeah. Oh, 100%. And that's just not possible with those upper echelon brands. Also,
no, it's
daggers from Eddie.
So trash.
At the end of the day, though, like
I misspoke. This is the Stratic I had is the F. Is the
you went the other way?
Yeah, I went the wrong direction.
L versus M.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, though, like people latch onto a brand, and at a certain point, you reach this line in the sand where it's like literally they could put out garbage and you would get it because you're just so into that brand. They would have to do, your threshold for pain goes up in that they could just screw you over. But after like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times, that's when you're like, all right, that's the last one. That's the last time I'm going to put up with this. And then just look at Chevy, Ford, and Dodge, I guess you're talking about, right? Like if we're looking at those 3 truck brands, you're not going to get a Ford guy to go to a Chevy.
No, 100%.
Never going to happen. Yeah. Between any of those 3 brands, never going to happen.
Justified or not. Or not. Like correct or not. Yeah.
Exactly.
I agree.
All right. Next vote. Let's go.
All right. So Abu and Shimano in the West, we're done there. We're halfway to our final 4. Daiwa versus 13 Fishing. So we already talked a little bit about where your opinions on Daiwa are. Let's take the voting area let's talk Daiwa again. Let's do a little deep dive into where you see them just in general.
Yeah, I love Daiwa. So it's interesting is Daiwa's another of those companies. It's like make products for everybody, especially I would say like Daiwa's they're very similar to how Shimano has like a lot of different options up and down the price tree in spinning reels. I think Daiwa's like that and bait casting reels, especially stuff under $300, right? So like I will say whatever Daiwa's been doing in the last 5 years is working, because when I go to tournaments, I see so many Tatula bait casters, like
I love them
everywhere. People just love the Tatulas. They're everywhere. People just,
I do.
They sell the crap out of them. So, I know I make fun of them. Like they have too many Tatulas, but they have too many Tatulas because of how successful that price point is for them. Right.
And that's the hardest price point to win. The 190 to 250, in my opinion, is like the 175, maybe to 250 is like the hardest place to be like the winner.
I would say the most popular reel I see out in the world is definitely the Tatula SV. Like those things are everywhere. People have them all over the place. A lot of people can use them. What's funny is if you look at I go in Bassmaster and I always look at the after the tournament where the guys are holding up the baits that won them. Like the top 10, they show the baits off. I'm always looking at the rods and reels on those, and so many guys have Tatula spinning reels that are just not even sponsored by Daiwa, right? So I'm sorry, Tatula bait casters. So Daiwa kind of crushes it in that sub 300 price range. Like the Tatulas are amazing. So this is the new Tatula. I don't know if you guys have gotten to play with this, but they're rebooting the Tatula platform.
Oh, yeah, I know. I want one real bad.
Yeah, this is the new frame. So this is the Tatula 100. They come out with the 100 as the first shot across the bow, and eventually they'll have this in an SV spool and this in the Elite, and so this will change out. But they made some teeny tiny little ergonomic improvements. So they have this ridge down the middle, so when you palm it, your thumb goes right down the center. It's really comfortable. It's a minor advancement, but not nice. Anything majorly different, right? It's just we made a couple little tweaks on the frame. It's slightly easier to hold in your hand. Cool. Yeah. So anyway, this is going to be. So the point is, the Tatula SVs that are out there right now, those are all going to go on sale in the next year when the SV version of this hits.
I'm ready for it.
So I'm surprised to start seeing that stuff maybe at the Classic next year, perhaps.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Do you like the TW, like the T-wing?
I have no thoughts, opinions on it.
I have one.
It works.
I find when I cast really hard, like when I'm over braked and I know I have to like sling something hard, when the line goes out really fast, it rattles and like gains momentum and can actually I feel like it slows the line down.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
So other than that, it's like the best. But it's like when I'm really like when I'm really like throwing something hard, like a frog or something.
Nice.
I find that the line goes like kind of wild and wonky within that bigger opening.
Which reel are you using? Just out of curiosity.
Is it CT? I'll have to look it up. I actually have it.
I feel like you had the CT.
Yeah,
I think it's a CT. I'm pretty sure.
CT is obviously going to be the cheaper, like more wily reel.
Yes.
So you can't talk about Daiwa right now without addressing the elephant in the room, which is the Zillion. Because when Daiwa came out with this last year, you guys, if you haven't bought or played with one of these, I highly, highly suggest it.
We have to at some point. But
this is literally the best reel on the market for $350-ish bucks. Like there's nothing like I love the Bantam. The Bantam is exactly in this price range, but this thing is sick for the money. Like this thing has the refinement and the ease of use and just the overall awesomeness of the Steez down in the 300 plus price range. And actually Palm's better. It's a smaller frame than the Steez. So like this is like Daiwa ate their own market almost with this because like you can't make a good argument to move up to a Steez when you can get this for 350. Yeah. Like this thing is like the shit for in the price range. And it's just interesting that Daiwa was like, we're going to come out with an amazing $350 reel. So you don't need to go out and buy our $600 reel anymore. Cause this is just as good.
We'll just dump that one, live off of this one.
Right.
Pretty much.
People are still going to buy Steezes, but point is like, this thing just changed the game for like that $300 price point. Like it's really hard to come up with a better one than this. This thing is so good.
We've heard that too. You're the 7,000th person to say.
I've heard that ad nauseum
now. Like they keep multiplying. Every time they go on sale, I like scoop up another one.
What do you think about the Tatula? What do you think about the Tatula rods?
They're I have a couple of them. Tatula, you want to talk about rods? Yeah, so Tatula rods,
for a second, because they're like $190 in a lot of spots.
Yeah,
Paul wants one, and he needs confirmation.
The advantage of the Tatula rods is that they are all 100% pro driven, so you get a lot of crazy weird actions and styles versus like the same kind of price point in Shimano where they just have like the same kind of rods throughout the line. The Tatula rod line almost has too many rods. Like there's just too many. Like there's so many that are almost like, hey, this angler's got a jerkbait rod. This angler's got a jerkbait rod.
That's how 13 Fishing, the Omen series is for me.
Right. I will say like navigating the Tatula rod line is very tricky, especially if you're a new angler and you're like, I want a jerkbait rod. Well, they have like two of them. Pick one. So I will say like navigating the rod line is tough for newbies, but I think for more experienced anglers, like there's a little bit of everything for someone, there's a little bit for everybody in the line. And so yeah, I think the Tatula line is pretty good. I like that they added in different materials for the handles this year, so you can get EVAs plus cork grips on certain models, depending on if the angler wanted that. So I mean, the Tatula rods are fine. I think for the price they're good. They're dropping the AGS version, which is like I think $80 more, which I think is dumb. Don't buy the AGS version. But yeah, and then they dropped the new Tatula spinning reel. So they rebooted the spinning reel. I will say, if you're going to talk Daiwa and you're going to talk spinning reels, you can't the monocoque. So Daiwa's gone all in on the monocoque. Like this is their design language and their manufacturing, like oeuvre from now on. Like they had the monocoque. So like the monocoque is the one piece body with the giant. It's a much bigger gear than what's in anything in like the other competitors. So you get a bigger gear, more teeth, bigger body. The downside is they're heavier. So like any reel that Daiwa comes out with the monocoque body outside of the exist is going to be pretty dang heavy. So you're adding weight to all of the reels in the line, but I don't think you're getting that much more. Like to me, I'm not super into the monocoque on like these Tatula price point reels and everything. I think they kind of made a mistake going with this. I know they wanted to be differentiator and we put a lot of R&D into the monocoque design because obviously the Exist has had it for 2 generations now. So I don't know. To me, it's like, I think Shimano's like, I would rather have a Stratic or a Vanford.
Shimano spinning. Iowa baitcaster.
Right. But when you get up into the upper echelon,
yeah,
then you're going Stratic against Stella, and then that's a straight coin flip. Like they're both amazing. So like I don't know. Point is, definitely I think Shimano's got way cooler options and more fun in the spinning rod price points. But I think Daiwa's got way cooler options in the sub $300 casting world. It's
going to be an interesting.
Saying monocoque is like the weirdest thing in the world.
Let's just not say that for any more of the episode. All right, real quick.
I literally would not have known. Oh, go ahead, Joe.
Okay, well, now you do.
Monocoque. It's actually
monocoque, you guys. Monocoque. All right.
Engineering. It's engineering talk, I guess.
So I want to give a shout out to Army Outdoors 88N, who's been a member with us for 32 months. If you guys want to know what that's about, just click join below. You can watch a video and see what it's about. We do have a members only live. This reminded me next Tuesday, you guys, members only. So anybody who's a member of the channel, you're supporting us. We're going to get back to you. There's some good fun schmivaways on that live. So join us live and you can come on camera as well. It's a ton of fun. We'll do a couple schmivs on that. But shout outs to my guy here who is loving the bracket streams. All right. So we got to get to this next one, which is also going to be a pretty, this could be interesting. This one.
Here's one. So the next one is Arc versus Loose. So cut people open. Daiwa 88, 13 fishing, got 11%. Kind of shocking, not going to lie. So we've got Abu, Shimano.
That they got 11?
Yeah. Honestly, we're trying to fill out the last of our final four. So it's Arc versus Lose. I have a question, and I want
Arc v Lose.
Jeff, what would your vote be if it mattered?
If it mattered between these two, I honestly don't know because I don't have an Arc and I haven't used any yet. And then as far as Lose, I mean, it's been all right. I don't have the ones that Punch is recommending because I haven't gone to their upper echelon tier. So I've used the tournament XP, MP, the lower level. I've used the Mox. I've used the have I used an LFS? I don't think so. You know what?
I've had two.
So I've used yours. I've used your XP. I have an MP, and then I've used the Mox series, which I did not like, and I immediately got rid of. Both spinning and baitcasters. I've used all of those. So I've used quite a bit of Lose, and Again, I haven't tried the Hypermag, Pro TI, like none of that stuff, just because I ain't spinning up like that.
I haven't tried the new versions though.
The what?
I haven't touched the new generation of all of those because they totally rebooted them, and I haven't touched.
Yeah, them. Me neither. So I don't know. Maybe they're a lot better. So with my current experience, I couldn't really like happily jump with Lose, but it's what I have more experience with. As far as Arc, like I've really liked what I've seen, but I've also not fished with them. So this would be a coin flip for me. Honestly, which is maybe saying something about Lose. Arc would have to like kind of blow my mind though.
That's kind of what I'm getting at. Punch, what about you?
Oh yeah, Lose for sure. Just because I've used them, they have a history, they do have good models, they're easy to do maintenance on. I mean, all baitcasters are easy to do maintenance on. They're all the same. Yeah, I'm not gonna go Arc because I just literally haven't touched or used one. I haven't held one in my hand quite yet. So
yeah, we've held them at ICAST, but we haven't used them. So I bet
the owner of the company, we've seen what they do on the rod side. I would take the plunge like sight unseen. I just don't really like Lose that much. It's not that they're that bad, they're just not that good, and then they charge you for it. And I'm like, I'm already out. I would take a company that's like doing their own thing and seems like they are heading in the right direction. I'm down.
Yeah, that's a very fair argument.
Again, like I said, that's not an informed opinion.
Our opinions don't count. Your opinions do. So get your vote in, people. I see 65 votes right now. Let's go. Keep getting that in. I got 150 viewers. Who's not clicking the vote button right now? That's what I want to know.
That's what I'm saying. We're going to see votes in the next 4. I'd say we pull it. We're at 71% Lose. I mean, we're not gonna.
Paul's on a delay. So.
There's gonna be a late flood of our fans.
All right. Well, when we get to the final 4 and definitely in the championship round, the votes tend to skyrocket. So I got 153 people in here, you guys. Make sure you're getting those votes in so that they do count. And I think this will be a fun final 4. So let's figure out who our championship round is.
All right, so our championship round is Abu Garcia in the West against Shimano. So that's 2 out of the 4. And in the East, we've got Daiwa versus Lose. I mean, this is the 1 seeds just making their way down. Not any giant surprises. I don't think we had any
the championship walk.
We're the Kentucky in the bracket.
Kentucky, Arizona, like we knew we knew what we were getting ourselves into. But this is the conversation people wanted to have. So Abu Garcia,
I'm surprised,
versus Shimano. Let the people vote. We've already got 48 votes in. It's been 13 seconds, and it's Shimano with a freaking runaway train. 84.
I don't know. Abu might pull out the upset. You guys just wait.
I could see, but like I could see someone picking Abu Garcia. Like I wouldn't be shocked.
People are gonna pick him for sure.
I mean, there's nothing wrong. I mean, the Black Max alone. I guess there's just like a lot of people are like, I had a Black Max. It was great. I could have 13 of those, and then or 4 really nice reels, and that's a good argument. I think that's a good argument.
I think there's kind of a romanticism with Abu too, because a lot of people started with Abu as well, like myself. Like, you know what I mean? Some people have a little brand like loyalty going way back in the day.
They also, I mean, and I don't love the lineup or the marketing right now necessarily, but like what I like having had the new SLX, I really liked it. It feels like
Revo or you're talking Shimano.
No, the new SX. It's the Revo.
Yes, there's between these two brands, there's a lot of S's and a lot of X's.
Yeah, but at the Revo SX, it feels rock solid and it's fast. It's perfect flipping reel. I feel like I could have it hooked up to the hitch of a truck and I might be able to pull it. Like it's awesome. So there's nothing wrong with either answer. But 75 votes in, we're at 84 to 16%. I mean, it's not...
keep getting those votes in, you guys. Quick shout out, Tackle Talk. Thanks for joining us tonight, man. Appreciate you. And then also, I needed to call out this absolute, just relentless dagger.
Oh God! Oh my God!
That's so funny to me.
Oh, read it out for the folks who didn't get to see it.
Somebody's doesn't like pure fishing.
Yeah, Rod Johnson says Lou's always looked better in a trash can at the boat launch.
Oh man.
Oh wow. I love it. I love how aggressive people get about brands.
I'm gonna let this one ride. I want to see 90 votes. So I'm gonna ask one question. We'll see if we can get to 90 votes. I just want people to push a button. If you're on your phone,
it's hard.
If you're on the computer, just get in there, push a button. My question is,
I want to point this out real quick. Some people might be, if you're on Facebook, there might be a reason that you're not like able to vote. This is a YouTube specific vote. So that's our fault. If you guys are watching on Facebook, this is our first time really streaming on that platform. We usually only stream on YouTube. So we're cross streaming right now. If that's the case, if you could hop over to YouTube. That way you get your vote in for the championship round at least. So just wanted to call that out. That might be a technical error. That's on us. We apologize. And yeah, you got to be on YouTube to make these votes. It's a YouTube poll. All right. Carry on.
4 more votes to get to 90.
Push the button.
While we're waiting for the last couple of votes to come in, what is, and this is spinning and bait casting, you can only have one reel. What's one reel you're picking regardless of price? From Shimano.
Oh, from Shimano?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question. Based on just so yeah, definitely the Bantam.
Stratic.
No, definitely the Bantam. I mean, Bantam's always going to be the bait caster of choice. It's so solid. It casts so well, and then it's easier to dial in than some of the other reels they have. And once it's dialed in, it's just easy to use. It's
so like, over the Stella, over a spinning reel, the Vanford.
I can only pick one.
Yes.
Yeah. I would go. I think this is one of the best products they make. 100%.
Oh, and that's coming from a guy. I mean, are you 50-50 on the deck between bait casters and spinning reels?
Depends on the day and what species I'm fishing.
Assuming it's bass.
Oh yeah, no, some days I'm in a power fishing mood and the spinning reel stay inside, and then some days I'm in a finesse mood. And I kind of do a little bit of everything, but I always have spinning gear on the deck. Yeah.
There you go. So this is not a biased opinion, I guess is my point. All right. Great answer. We hit 91 votes.
If anyone watches any of my stuff, they know I'm a hardcore spinning rod.
I know that. But like, we're trying to get some.
That's why I don't like BFS. I don't like BFS because I have so much invested and I'm so into spinning gear. I'm not replacing my spinning gear with bait casting.
Oh man.
Yo, Rod Johnson is just keeping the hits coming, man. I always use my old Abu Garcia as a sinker when I fish for catfish.
Harsh.
God. All right.
Rage.
I love this. Harsh. All right, so Shimano advances over Abu Garcia. It wasn't really close, you guys. We ended up on 91
votes.
82% went with Shimano. So again, this is the freight train we knew was coming. It's Kentucky.
I'm not
this is
surprised
Arizona. This is, I mean, this is North Carolina. This is what we're dealing with. All right. In East, we got.
I'm going to propose a bonus vote after this round for the runner-up. It would be the 3-4 Abu, and then what I'm assuming is going to be lose. But like,
you're talking about the toilet bowl.
The toilet bowl, maybe we should do that.
All
anyway,
right.
So now, well, before we get there, we got Daiwa lose, right? So that is up for the polls. Would love to see another 90 votes on this one. We're already at 47, like seconds into this. So lose putting up a bigger fight than Abu did. I'll say that to Daiwa, which is surprising. But yeah, Daiwa
right now it's
away.
It's dead on. It's 80 to 80-20. It's a little more, but it's basically the same. All right. 62 votes are rolling in. Daiwa versus lose. So punch. Same question. I feel like we know this one. Any reel in the Daiwa lineup, but you can only have one spinning, bait casting.
So I'm gonna pick a spinning, and this is super bougie, but the new Exist is
what
freaking awesome. Like
over the Zillion, over.
Oh yeah,
I'm surprised over the Zillion.
No, if you are going to go buy the Wagyu steak of spinning reels, and if you're like I want the best of the best. This thing is just bonkers. Like I got 2 of these now, and like I've started using one earlier in the year, and I got this is the 3000 model with the slightly shallow spool. Anyway, there's a lot of nuances in the models, but anyway, like when you are going to go, oh, I'm going to buy $800 spinning reel, like this feels and uses like an $800 spinning reel.
Wow.
When you get a Stella, this does not. It's really nice, but when you're not wowed by it, like it's pretty awesome. But you're not like, oh man, this is like amazing, next level. When you use the new Exist, you're like, holy shit, this thing is like, it's just sick. So if I had to pick
bougie and you know it.
Yeah, it's bougie, but it feels bougie and it feels like a premium. It's like when you get in the Ferrari, you're feeling all the horsepower and you're feeling the
as you should
the engineering and the finesse into this thing. Like I'm just saying, like this is an absolute home run, the new Exist.
Jeez.
How much does the Exist? Hang on, how much does the Exist?
$850, I think.
It's like 4. That's like 3 or 4.
I don't feel so good.
It's like 3 or 4 of my setups.
Yeah, 806. It was 860 MSRP.
I'll see myself out. No.
Well,
no, I can't see. Do not buy one. It's stupid to buy one because they're made for salt angling. These are not made for catching 2-pound largemouth. Like these reels are complete overkill for what.
What about 3-pound largemouth?
Yeah. What about panfish? What about perch?
I love it.
I will never advise anyone to actually purchase one. But the point is, if you like want the best of the best, you want that you're in a Wagyu mood. That's the one.
I love it. This was great. I'm so glad I asked that question. I almost didn't. All right. So we're 78 votes in. You guys
12 more votes. Let's get 12 more votes in, and then we'll pull this one. But we got Daiwa lose 77 to 23.
Same question, but this time lose.
You got to pick one.
One reel from lose.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I say spinning, not that it matters, but
oh man, my favorite when I was a lose dude was the regular tournament pro. Like I had a bunch of those. I beat the crap out of them.
Yeah.
They were pretty solid reels, and you can always get them like pretty cheap on sale. Like just the
pretty cheap is 200.
I was able to get them for 150-ish or something like that.
Oh god, that's actually a massive value.
Yeah. You guys got to remember, there was ways to buy lose pretty cheap. Yeah. Like there's like direct from the warehouse sites that would sell them for like pretty big discounts, so you could stack codes on top of them and stuff like that. But
it was like off the truck, as well.
Yeah, one of them was Sportsman's Guide, I think.
Oh really?
No, Sportsman's Outfitters.
Oh yeah.
Sportsman's Outfitters is a drop shipping company.
Yep.
So when you order from Lose, it's through them, but it comes right from Lose. And often, like Sportsman Outfitters would have really cheap prices on some of Lose's like big box reels, like the Tournament Pro. But yeah, I would say I like the Tournament Pros. They're always good to me.
Fair enough. All right, did we get there? 84. 6 people click that button. Let's get there.
I say we pull it. I want to know the
All right,
championship. We're not fighting any battles here. We
got two big
votes
votes left, so we're gonna have the championship round coming up right now. Then we got the third place round, and then we're gonna do some real quick, not slow rolling thunder with like maybe one question. We got to draw our Schmiv-away winners. We got 2 Schmiv-aways coming up, $25 gift card to monsterbass.com. We'll do that first. And then we're going to do the secret Schmiv because you guys broke well over 100 likes on this video, I think. What do we end up at? We are at 112. You guys did the work.
We did it.
You understood the assignment. I love it. So let's get into championship round. And then
I even have a hard time with this one. I don't know.
It's what
not surprising at all.
It's what everyone's been waiting for. This is the big ticket. This is Kansas, Kentucky.
It's coming out hot
in the finals. One seed versus 1 seed. Daiwa versus Shimano. Get your votes in. Let's go top to bottom. Like Jeff, if you had to take a vote and you had to go one way, which way are you going to go?
Yeah. So. The big thing for me is like I am a weird person, and I'll admit it.
I knew right where this was going.
I don't love the Tatula because of the placement of the adjustment, right?
And the stupid button. This is the worst.
So dumb where it is.
Terrible. But what's funny is when you go into the Zillion or the Steez,
they fixed it.
They got it down on the bottom, and then the
I just got to go get that.
Well, and the Steez is always buried it in the side of the plate, and you don't even
see. I can dig that. That's more Shimano too. Like, so for me, it's just knowing the budget I'm in. Shimano is my place because the Tatula would be if I didn't hate that freaking dial. So because I hate that dial, I don't enjoy fishing it, and I'm weird. Because I'll admit it, I'm weird. People love the Tatula. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. So I would vote Shimano. What's surprising to me right now is looking at these votes. We are at 71-29. Shimano is trouncing Daiwa, which I am surprised
by this because Shimano I think Shimano sells more than Daiwa. Like they're really big in the big box, like at like Academy and
for sure. Yeah.
Like I think Shimano is still the king of all fishing reels, like just as far as number of sales, number of products. You know what I mean? So I'm not too surprised.
All right,
Paul, what would you do?
I want to know punches. I'm gonna say whatever he says.
So to me, you got to measure it by the rock stars. Like which brand has more like rock star reels? You know what I mean? So Daiwa's rock stars are the Steez, like the regular Steez. The Exist, obviously. A really good reel is a lot of people don't talk about as much, is the Surte. So Surte is also amazing reel for like this competes kind of with like the twin power Surte. Yeah, CER, it's got a weird spelling. CERTATE, Surtate. So anyway, Exist is a rock star, Surtate's a rock star, Zillion's a rock star, and Steez is a rock star. So they have like 4 or 5. But Shimano's got more.
What about the Fuego?
For sure.
Fuego, I would call a rock star.
You don't call that a value rock star? So is
fine. Yeah, no, it is. But there's so much competition at that price point. I don't know if it's like the best anymore. You know what I mean?
Fair.
Shimano's got the Stratic. Corrado is a rock star.
SLX has got to be in there.
SLX
the best 100, the best one, and the XT. To be honest, at 125, like, Jesus.
And then when we haven't talked about is the Xsense is kind of a rock star. Man, I don't know. I think just for the amount of options and how many like different markets they cater to, you could probably have to lean Shimano.
I have a question about the Corrado, the whole lineup. Most of the stats, okay, so specifically the drag stats are like really low. Is that something that someone should be worried about? Because like I saw that and I was like, I think the max drag on all of those ends up at like 10 or 15 16. Or 12 or something.
I've never once cared about the drag numbers on any reel.
I've never looked for like a flipping or a frogging setup.
Nope. Never, because when I'm flipping and frogging, I'm locking down the drag pretty much anyways.
Yeah,
like when I flip, my drag's locked, and when I'm frogging, it's almost locked. It's pretty close.
Yeah.
So I don't think it matters all that much. No, I've stopped looking at drag specs a decade ago.
There you go.
I don't even care. But
yeah,
no, the new,
I'll
yeah,
just
the new
stop
Corrado,
looking at it today.
I don't
right
either.
now.
I don't either.
Yeah, the new Corrado M is pretty nice. The new rebooted version. With
Yeah,
you guys saw these at ICAST, I'm assuming.
I was this close
We
to
did,
getting one.
Very close.
So, I got a chance to use it right at the fall before we got iced up. This thing casts further than the Corrado K, like no question. Because I was using this on my chatterbait rod with the same size line, same size half ounce jackhammers, whatever. This thing punts it. Like I was surprised once it's squirrely as hell to get dialed in. These things are temperamental out of the box, but once you get it dialed in, this thing launches them. I was pretty like it's a casting improvement over the K by like it's noticeable.
Is that common? Is that a common Shimano thing? Like getting dialed being difficult?
Thing. The SLX wasn't the same to me. Well, the SLX dialed fast. The Corrado did not because I have the Corrado BFS. But
out of the box, this thing was like a nightmare. Just to get it. Once you got it dialed in, though, it's fine. But no, the new Corrado M's are if you throw a heavier bait on it, it's a caster.
I like it. All right, so let's we're at 93 votes.
There's no chance Daiwa got stomped.
Daiwa got wrecked. It's basically 70-30. Shimano takes it in a lance.
We have a victory. Shimano has trounced Daiwa for the championship.
I got to defend Daiwa in one respect. The Stees, so like their higher end reels.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I've said this in a video before, but I wish everyone new to fishing could just start with something like this. Because these reels are so user friendly and easy. Like you can just it's just dialing these things in. The clicker dial for adjustments super simple. They're really, really forgiving. Like I would love to these are the reels that people who are new to the sport, if they use these, they probably love bait casting right out of the box versus like a Black Max. You know what I mean? Black Maxes are a little tricky to get dialed in at first, and if you get a little wind, it gets squirrely.
It's over.
Like Daiwa's Steez line is just one of the easiest, most user friendly, simplest to use reels out there. Yes, they're expensive, but I'd take this over a Metanium any day of the week.
Well, so they have some rock stars.
I want to give Daiwa some credit here.
I have a really hard time picking Shimano until you throw in the spinning stuff because I like the Daiwa bait casters. But I don't have a lot of experience with the Shimano. So
Daiwa doesn't have anything that comes close to the Stratic.
That's where I feel like the Shimano spinning setups, I really enjoy. So I don't think there's a wrong answer, just so everybody knows. 100% of the people got the answer right. Let's put that out there. But I still want to talk now what people are watching, which is it's toilet bowl season. Let's talk about Abu Garcia versus
third place.
I want to see. This is the last vote of the night for this bracket.
This is a good one.
So Abu versus
this is better, in my opinion.
Battle for the turd bowl. Let's get it done. Who's gonna pull out?
Time to vote. Who's gonna be avoiding the toilet bowl?
Could this be the 50-50 I've been waiting for? Because the funny thing about tonight, compared to other brackets,
I was just about to say, but there
hasn't when you publish the results, single one.
When you publish the results, it's
been 70-30 at worst.
I know. All right, so let's see,
and it's doing it again.
Let's see who does it. Who's got the better marketing strategy, Luz or Abu Garcia?
They're both.
Well, exactly. So
zero.
Jeff, who would you pick?
Okay, so real quick before that,
who's going to be your vote?
For the folks hanging out with us, we are going to do a shmiveaway. So, Chaz, I think are we doing the hashtag thing? Just nod your head so I can see your camera. Yeah, we're going to do a hashtag. So the hashtag will be Shimano because Shimano has won. So in order to get qualified for the shmiveaway, both of them, you got to do hashtag Shimano in chat on YouTube. So for my Facebook people, just hop over to YouTube if you want to get in on this. So first shmiveaway is going to be for the $25 gift card to monsterbass.com. So we'll draw for that winner and then we'll redraw again for the second winner. You'll just have to notify us that you're a real human person and that you're here. And then, we can get that stuff over to you. We'll get your email for the gift card. And then for the secret shmiv, Paul, we just do a little gimme bag.
We're going to fill up a bag full of baits and we'll send it to you. And they will all be bangers.
Okay, awesome. So I wanted to get that out there. All right. So between these two, this is kind of tough because I'm just getting back into Abu, and like again, I'll say it again, the Revo SX, like that's really the only place I want to go within the Abu lineup. We've looked up, we've looked down, and I'm like, yeah, SX, that's it. Nothing else exists to me. So I can't. Speaking of like how Punch was talking about Shimano versus Daiwa, who has the bigger rock stars or the more rock stars? Like Abu's got one for me, and that's it. Lose though, I just haven't had that experience, but I also haven't tried the Hypermag at the Pro TI. So I think for right now, without that experience, like I would go Abu just because I love my SX, but it's very limiting because that's one model. So that makes me kind of want to lean back towards Lose, but I got to try more of their products. I don't use them enough. So I guess Abu for me. That's my vote. Punch, what do you think?
Yeah, I go Abu simply because of their where they kind of go up and down the price line, and just because I have a soft spot for them because they're one of my first real brands I ever used when I was a kid. So like I used to have an Abu Garcia hoodie that I wore all the time.
Nice.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it was one of those where Abu used to have really good promos. Like you bought a reel and you mailed a thing in and they would send you stuff. I got this like one hoodie that I literally lived in for like 2 years. So yeah, I got more brand I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, but more warm fuzzies from Abu than Lose.
It's like a legacy thing for you. Yeah.
I
love it.
It's part of my fishing DNA since I was a teenager.
Yeah. Awesome. Paul, what about you?
We're at 81 votes, so I want to see 9 more. Come on, guys. Like there's
not 9 votes for the last vote of the night, you guys.
Someone click the flipping button and not on your reel. All right, so for me, I think it's probably not a secret. I don't really love Lose that much. They have some really great reels. Like, don't get me wrong. But I have a lot more faith in my Abus. And the other thing too is the Zada spinning reel is really nice. And if I can't get a spinning reel, I'm gonna be upset. The Zada spinning reel, it's been rock solid for me. I've used it for a long time. And yeah, it's expensive. And is it the best? Yeah, but if it was that or nothing, I'm going that. So for me, if you made me put all Abu on the deck, and yeah, maybe it's all Revo SXs, and that's it. I'm like not that mad. I'm not that mad. I'm like,
I'll still be happy.
All solid. I'm fine. I'm good. Like I'm
3 gear ratios. Fine. Like we good.
Yeah,
well, I can get 9 of those and just cover my full spectrum.
Like all 10s, 5s.
Oh yeah, 4 gear ratios. My bad.
Exactly.
So,
I think
go rocket
for me. It's
and also Abu has stuff that Lose doesn't have. Like Abu has stuff for like the bait, like the swim baiters. Like they got the bigger, the winches. Like they got more specialized reels up and down the line for like the crankers and the guys who throw big baits and stuff. So
rocket, beast, winch. Yeah, I mean all kind of that SX platform. Like, and just don't get the STX for whatever.
I just don't think I'm missing. I just don't think I'm missing anything. And I would be, if I was with Lose, I would be looking over my shoulder at the Abu guys with their spinning reels, and I'd be pissed.
Well, yeah. So Punch did discuss the spinning issue. So all right, did we get there? 5 more votes? Come on, you guys.
Call it. And it was actually pretty close, but it's still basically 70-30. It was 65,
this was the closest
35,
of the night.
Closest of the night. The toilet, but the Lose gets
bowl is
Lose
over.
Gets flushed, and Abu Garcia gets put up on the rim. Gets put up with the potpourri.
Let's go, the poopery. All right, so we have completed the bracket. Thank you guys so much for participating. Thank you so much for helping us out with this. It's your vote.
Which of you guys is going to sing One Shining Moment to Shimano?
The what?
One Shining Moment. You guys don't watch NCAA bracket? Do you guys watch
NCAA?
No, I don't. I have no idea.
Oh, it's like a tradition at the end of the NCAA when a champion is crowned, someone sings the song "One Shining." Like it's a thing.
All right, Paul, you go. You know it.
It's not going to happen. Hashtag Shimano.
You know the beat. Let's
go.
You
guys are not college basketball fans, apparently.
Whoa,
I'm not.
That was rude.
I'm just Paul is. I could care less. All right. So once again, though, thank you guys so much for helping us out. It seems like people like the bracket series, and if this was honestly our platform, I'd be totally cool with it. I think Paul and I could come up with brackets for the rest of time.
Hat versus PC fun.
Awesome. Hat will come back. You guys just wait. So again, the hashtag is Shimano. You gotta put that in chat on YouTube. Otherwise, you don't qualify.
Hold on though.
The Schmiv away.
we have way more than 35 entries. Is it just the does it have does it have to, if it's all caps, does it
It
not
has to
count?
be
Like,
spelled correctly. No, it'll work if you do all caps. It doesn't matter. Just if you typed it in before, type it in again. Do it a couple of times. Just make sure you're in there. We see the number going up, so it's obviously working. Just keep doing that. We'll give you guys a little bit of time. All right. So I'm going to pull out a question that we can do, and then we'll roll the first winner, and then we'll do another question. We'll roll the second winner. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Fair enough. Okay, great.
I got a question.
Okay, go for it.
Sure,
why not?
Is it kosher? Well, we don't have to pull one out of the bag. Is it kosher in your households to open a gift, like a Christmas gift, on Christmas Eve?
Ooh, Christmas questions. All right, I like it. Punch, what do you think? Open a present Christmas Eve?
Oh yeah, we have no, because we we got to travel around. You don't know whose house you're going to be at. We open presents it's like we just pick a day like ahead of time with like us and the kids. Oh. You know what I mean? So we'll do it. We'll even do it before Christmas Eve if it's like if we're going to be.
That's what had to happen for logistic purposes.
Yeah. We're not like
Santa came early.
You don't really care about what Jesus thinks.
Whoa, what do you think about Christmas?
I never have.
About presents.
I never have. Yes. Perfect wow. Answer.
Wow. Wow. So yeah, I mean, opening like one or like all of them. Then you're saying, right?
No, well, it's like so. The thing would be, it used to be like when you were a kid, you'd like hunt around for the Christmas gifts, right?
Yeah,
and you'd be like, where are they? And so your parents to like kind of like back you off would be like, you can open one early on Christmas Eve. I'm throwing you a bone here.
Okay.
Like
I thought you had an Easter situation, like your parents hid presents around for you at Christmas. I was
you're telling me that you never got caught like looking for gifts.
You were trying to find the gifts. Yeah,
I'm trying to find out like, did I get a PlayStation or did I get a Game Boy? What are we talking about?
I've done it dozens of times. I'm the most impatient person in the world.
My kids were younger. We definitely tried to get most stuff on Christmas morning, but if we, did our own Christmas ahead of time, like Santa stuff would obviously be on Christmas morning. But like anyway, but my kids are older now, so it's just like no one's really too tight about when and where we do it.
I like it. Keeping it loosey goosey. It's perfect.
I think we ruined DeBurly's.
Oh no.
I'm so sorry. I hope no kids were watching the stream. Oh no.
I don't know.
Down. We go.
I think Santa could be real. Fishing with Gramps and Santa have never been seen in the same room before.
Factual.
I mean, that's fair. I was in Alabama, and Santa wasn't there. So
until we've seen Fishing with Gramps and Santa in the same room. I don't know.
Also, R.I.P. to the Lose from Rusty. Sorry, man. Rip. If you guys have a Lose, you got to throw it away. Sorry, 4th place. Gone. Trash. If you don't have a Shimano, what are you doing? All right. So Christmas Eve. So on my dad's side, we used to have this thing where we'd like go to my grandparents' house and we would open like all the family gifts. So like from my aunts, my uncles, my grandparents, those presents, we'd open those. And then the next day you would get your Santa present and then maybe something from like your parents. So like, me and all the cousins, we'd all be there. Right. So I'd get stuff from like my dad and stepmom, and they'd get stuff from like their parents, and it was just that thing. But that was on Christmas Day. And stockings were always Christmas Day.
I love stockings. Stocking's my favorite part.
Next to
breakfast and dinner.
My wife
I save them
into the stockings thing.
Yeah, we are. So my wife and I are stockings people. Like we don't even buy gifts for each other anymore. I don't give a shit about. I don't.
And it's not trash in the stocking. It's like good stuff.
Yeah, like it's like, and I just get so much more enjoyment out of the stocking than I do out of like, $7,000 later for a bunch of poop. Like I just don't care. I love
you go bougie on Christmas.
No wonder we don't like. You get the idea. What? You get the idea. I just don't.
You're one of those people. You put a bow on a car in the driveway. Is that you?
Oh God.
Is that you?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm like kind of a Scrooge where like when the money expenditures get up, I get crabby and I'm like not enjoying myself. I enjoy. I enjoy the stocking stuffers because it's like inexpensive, it's fun to do, and I get all the same enjoyment as I would have out of all the other stuff, and I'm good to go. Like I like getting stuff for my kids. I love buying stuff like presents for my friends, and they're never extravagant. I just like to think that they're well thought out, and I enjoy it. That's what I like.
You're a giver, man. I love it. All right, so. Yeah, I mean, at this point, like that was my old way of doing it. At this point, we don't really open anything. before. I might let my kids open like one, maybe.
So
but mostly it's all Christmas Day.
So one on Christmas Eve is a yes.
Like my kids are a little, like my daughter's a high school freshman and my son's in middle school. It's hard getting them to give Christmas gift ideas. Like, what do you guys want? They're just like, I don't know. Yeah. As they get older, their interests get narrower, and then like it makes gift giving actually a little tougher. Like as they get older.
I like that is how I am. So I feel sorry for my wife. She's like, what do you want? I'm like, I don't know.
No,
if I need something,
capital ZILLIO ends in an N.
So I was on this podcast tonight. And I got an idea. I'm just saying, like, if you want to give me a zillion, that'd be cool. All right, Chaz, why don't we go ahead and roll the first Schwinner of the night? Oh, look at that! Look at it go. So this is for the gift card to monsterbass.com, $25, and then the next one will be for the tackle. So who is the winner? It is Lucas Flint.
Boom, baby.
All right, so Lucas Flint, you got to be in chat. You got to say hi. I'm here. I'm a real human person, and we will get your email and we'll take care of you and get this over. So Chaz will connect you with you. Should we have him just email us, Chaz? Just nod your head if that's what you want. All right, cool. So you're going to email us a screenshot of your profile so that we know that it's you. This is the rule always, and email goes to podcast@BurlyFishing. You can see my @ right here at BurlyFishing.com. Boom. Thanks, Chaz. You're the best. All right.
Thank you.
So, yeah. Is Lucas here, though, is the question. Did Lucas do the thing? I'm looking through chat. I'm trying to find him. Oh, no, Lucas. Don't fumble the bag, Lucas.
There he is. There he is.
You do it?
He is in. He's
Boom. Proof. Here. Cool. Follow the instructions on the screen. Thank you so much, Lucas. You're awesome. All right. Dude, I try to unhide it and I click a random other one. All right. So we're going to re-roll after this next question. Don't press the chest. All right. After this next question, and this next one will be for the secret schmiv, which is a random goodie bag. We're not going to pack it on screen. We're just going to throw some stuff together with some stickers and we'll ship it out to you. Probably some Monster Bass hats because I have like 6 that I've not worn and I will not wear. So I might send you 2. All right. So next question. Should we stick to the...
We do have, so we should call out. Punch just put it in chat. He's got 50% off for Omnia going right now.
Promotion. But yeah, if you guys, if anyone's doing Christmas shopping and you want to,
everybody's buying zillions.
You missed the Black Friday sales that everyone was doing, and now you're like, oh wait, I got to buy some more stuff. Yeah, definitely check out my Omnia code.
And 15% off a reel is like nothing to sneeze at. So like if you were going to buy a rod or a reel and you're getting 15% off, like that is on a Tuesday for no reason. Getting 15%.
A lot of the big brands are really enforcing their map protection now. So even on Omnia and most of the sites now, like you can't get codes. Codes don't work on either Daiwa or Shimano nowadays.
Nowhere. Yeah.
Exclusions.
Yeah, but works on all the tackle. So except for Megabass. Don't you love all the brand exclusions? As fishermen, though, we already know all the exclusions before we even like look.
You already know. Like, when you go to type it in, you might try and throw up a prayer, but you know it's a prayer.
Yeah, you know it ain't gonna work.
But I use the honey plugin, and I always click it. I'm like, go for discounts, let's go, and it's just like, oh, you got the best price. Sorry, I'm like, boo. Damn it. All right, do we need another Christmas question before we do this roll?
Ooh, what's your least favorite Christmas song?
Ooh, Punch with the question. We got a guest question. Let's go.
Okay. Favorite. Which one could you never hear again and be perfectly fine?
The Little Saint Nick by the Beach Boys.
Oh,
I could never hear that again for the rest of my life, and I'd be the happiest person on the planet. It's Little Saint Nick, Little Saint Nick.
I know exactly what song you're talking about.
I can't. Everybody thought I would say Mariah Carey.
Why would you say that?
That's actually a banger of a song.
Yeah, that Mariah Carey song is a banger.
All I want for Christmas is like, I just think of Christmas immediately.
Dude, if you don't jam to that song, like I feel sorry for you. But Little Saint Nick can get bent. It can get out of here.
I think White Christmas is underrated too.
White Christmas is amazing. That's such a good
it's so good, but like
yeah.
You got to have some crooner going on. You got to have the crooner.
100%.
For me, it's always going to be Paul McCartney, Wonderful Christmas Time. That song is terrible.
Oh, yes. That is like my tied for number 1, dude.
That song,
that's
I'm with you.
That song can never be played again. I'll be perfectly happy.
Please.
Oh, man.
I'm looking right now.
I'm looking at a list to see if there's something worse because that was what actually was in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
like
tough to compete.
Like Frosty the Snowman's not great, but it fits.
That's a
like,
song.
When it's playing, it fits.
Yeah, you don't have to listen to that on the. That doesn't typically play on the radio.
Yeah. Dude, I don't.
But
Oh,
the Frosty movie is hands down the worst Christmas movie of all time.
You know what? My wife tried to make me. My wife tried to. She tried to shame me into making me feel like a bad person because she pulled up Frosty and I was like, "What the hell are you doing?" To show to my kids. And she's like, "What? It's Frosty." I'm like, "This is of
trash.
You couldn't have picked anything worse.
Skip to the worst. Just you can cleanse.
Just go to bed. I'd rather go to bed.
You can cleanse your palate with the stop motion Rudolph. That one's still pretty good.
It still bangs. It will bang forever and ever. Frosty, utter trash, utter garbage. And it came in a box set together. I have the box set, like the little. It looks like a little book, a little Christmas book, and it's got that. It's got the Little Drummer Boy, terrible, and then it's got
Little
Frosty.
Drummer Boy is horrible.
Horrible. These are terrible things. It's like they hit the thing with reindeer or with Rudolph, and then they were like, "Oh, let's try all these other things," and they all flopped. Like everything.
Can we talk about like most underrated Christmas song? Because Grandma got run over by a reindeer doesn't get enough play.
That is a good one.
It's so fun. It's so fun.
Whenever it pops up, you don't hear it for about a third of the song, and then it like randomly worms its way into your brain. You're like, "How did I miss the first third? What's going on?"
That song is bourbon and eggnog in musical format.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying, dude.
I'm like, let's do this. Let's go.
Actual. It ends up in your cup. You're like, hell
yeah. You just got to get your little moose antler cup from
vacation. You're like, ooh, I like this.
She was get some weights on the tilt-a-whirl, touches that little that thing that just explodes. And then he just walks away like nothing happened.
I love it. All right. So what's your worst song, and then we'll draw this, Paul. You got to pick one still.
I'm sticking with oh god, what was it? I already
forgot. Paul McCartney one.
Yes, 100%. Because when it comes on,
you can pick
most songs like you get a vibe, like right when Christmas songs, like you get an instant vibe when they come on, and most of them you're either like, if this was in the mall or the store, I'd be like, Christmas is great. I'm good. That one comes on, you're like, next, please up. God, next. Like it just drags. It drags.
It's the worst.
Yeah, there's nothing to the song. It's
on repeat.
It's like Feliz Navidad too. There's no meat to that song whatsoever.
Yeah. But at least Feliz Navidad, you get the third grade.
You get into there.
Vibes. You get.
I know, but there's no.
There's nothing to it. There's no substance
to the song.
There's no substance. At least Feliz Navidad has vibes though. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, I'll shake it to Feliz Navidad. I don't care. I don't care. All right, let's roll it, Chaz. All right, so this is for the goodie bag, right? Goodie bag of baits, probably a hat, probably some stickers. Here we go. Let's do it. And the winner is Mike M. Mike M. You got to be in chat. You got to say hi. I am Mike M, the real Mike M. There is no other Mike M.
And then you have to email me too.
And then you follow these instructions that Chaz has put up on the screen. So, Mike M, are you here? Are you real? We want to know. We need to know. Otherwise, we're going to re-roll it. Don't make us do it. Don't fumble the bag.
I just saw
also preferably US.
Yeah, well, I just saw a bunch of people who were like right in front of him on the queue that just like chatted in, and I feel really bad if he's not going to be here because they would have won.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Like 5 people who just chatted were like pausing right before Mike M popped up.
Oh, all right. Well, Mike M, let's go out with a win here, man. You got to be here. You got to say hey. Hopefully,
we do a 5-second countdown usually. I think he's gone. I'm gonna give him. Should we start the 5 count? I'm gonna give him the mentally. I'm going through a 10 count.
All right, Mike. You can do this. We're compensating for the delay right now. You can do this. Scott Vermonter. It's
all right. We have to go to the. I think I'm going to a 5-second countdown.
All right, out loud, Mike M. You've been warned. Here we go.
This is it. I'm delaying here. 5.
Get the standing 10 count.
4. 3.5.
3, 2. I'm doing my absolute darndest. 1.
Man,
catch me outside. You're out.
Wrong time to take a bathroom break.
Dang,
all right, Chaz, re-roll.
You were in the bathroom that bad?
Why aren't you on your phone in your bathroom? Like, what are you doing?
Fair enough. It's 2024 almost.
I bet
Cody's gonna get this one.
All right, we got Cody. Cody is now the winner of the Schmiv away.
Cody, not Cody. That's interesting.
We let it roll. he'll be here.
Cody, you guys say hey. Oh, I can play this game all night. I can do this all day.
I hope not. It's
I'm tired. 50 times.
I gotta get up early.
Oh no. Oh man, it's not my fault, boss. We were going live till like 4 a.m. because we kept re-rolling winners.
So this happened to us at our trade expo. So I was at work and we had a booth and we were doing giveaways, and then we do the giveaways and then people show up for the giveaways, but a lot of people don't. So we're like calling out like this whole thing. Like, is 775 here? No. Is 842 here? No. Is it like
just going and going, dude?
Yeah, we've had some raffles that went way too long.
This might be an inside job with
starting. I'm starting the 5 count. 5.
Cody, you're gonna lose it, bro. 4. Cody, don't do it.
3.
Cody, no.
Cody, we barely knew you.
2.
Cody, why?
Cody, why?
1. You can catch them both outside.
Babe, wait, babe, no, we're rolling again.
Oh my god, man. This is the first time this has ever happened.
This is the first time.
3 times the charm.
First time. We're on like episode 200 something.
All right, John Delac, you better be here, or I'm taking the bonus bag. I'm out of here. I'm gonna send it to Punch. You guys, you guys lose.
Yeah, I'll take it.
John Delac, say you're here, man. Hit us up in chat. Let's go. You could do this. You could do this.
I'm so nervous.
All the people still hashtagging Shimano are smart. Like, they're trying to get the votes in there. John Delac did it. We did it.
All right. I was like, the member has to get it. Like,
oh my gosh. All right, John. Congrats, dude. Again, follow the instructions on screen. We're gonna need your Addy. We're gonna send you that stuff. All right. So once we got your address, just give us a little time, get it together, ship it out. We're not quite as bad as Debo, but like, you know,
we're not anywhere. I mean, we've had delays. I've had delays.
It's only because 2 weeks.
It's only
max.
Because I'm out of town. That's when but every Friday I get to work from home or whatever, and I make that happen. Like, I'll get it done.
Wait, Debo is known for taking a glacial pace at sending out the giveaways.
Debo, what he'll do is he has a whiteboard, the same setup I have. It's a 4-foot whiteboard, and it will go top to bottom. There'll be 20, 30 people on there. And then once he runs out of whiteboard room, he's like, all right, now I have to do a giveaway. And I have to send it.
Dude, that's a fun game to play. Fill the whiteboard.
Why doesn't he outsource that to Dizzle?
It's a bigger whiteboard.
Why doesn't Dizzle just handle that?
Yeah, he needs an assistant.
He's
got enough subscribers. Can
his dog do it? Can his dog do it?
I mean, probably.
He's not paying rent. This we know.
Yeah. What does that dog even do? Let's go.
Not paying rent.
All right, you guys. So thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. This has been an absolute blast. Don't worry, brackets will be back. We're going to do more. Quick shout out to Punch Fishing for hanging out with us tonight and contributing a ton of knowledge, man. Appreciate you, brother.
2 things. I think number 1, anyone in any of the brands marketing departments should watch this whole stream and look at the comments, because there's a lot of good data here of like where they're doing well marketing wise. Because
that thing where the catfish, where they're using the reel as the weight,
Abu, losing the trash at the boat ramp.
Marketing people should, and then also a future bracket challenge. You guys should do like the best Texas rig plastic or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, pick a specific bait category.
Get specific.
Bracket up like the biggest, baddest ones, like the top sellers of everything, and then have it go at like that would be fun.
I love that. And you guys, hey nerds, if you have some ideas, let us know. So Punch, thank you for that. I think we can try some more specific brackets. That could be fun. If you guys have other ideas for brackets, they can be outside of rods, reels, and lures. That's just, it's open. We did do like just a fun fishing accessory bracket. That was the first one we did. We could do some like just off the charts, off the rails, if you will, like we like to do on this podcast. Let's do an off the rails bracket series. I think we should do that as well.
I think I think you guys could go deep on baits, like, you know, specific bait categories, or like best shallow crank or something like that, and have like a bracket.
Get hyper specific.
Yeah, because because there's a lot of options in like a shallow crank, right? And like just go look at all the top sellers.
A lot more than there are bait companies. That's a fact.
Well, I think we can go beyond brands too, because the last one, like rod reel, we've done brands only. We could pick specific models in a price point, and do that as well.
The best mid range,
like $100 to $200 rods, or $150 reels or whatever. Like, yeah, we could mess around with that.
I think we just changed our marketing scheme.
You know what? I love doing brackets, and I'm here to have fun. I don't know about you guys, but this is fun to me. We're also going to do like best moves in Dragon Ball Z. I think we should
right fun because you kind of have an idea of where it's going to go, and then you want to see if your predictions are right? Like you kind of go,
no, it's a blast.
If you guys really get good at this, you could like have people fill out brackets ahead of the stream, like online, and then whoever has like a perfect bracket could win something or something like that.
I like that. Dude, punch with the ideas, dude.
Well, you can make online brackets for anything, right? Like you can say, hey, fill out an online bracket. We're going to do top Texas rig creature baits. Who do you think is going to win? Have them fill it out, and whoever like gets closest to a good bracket.
Oh my God.
Well, all right. We changed our entire format. You know what? We're not even making videos on YouTube.
We're just we're the fishing bracketology.
Oh, it's a whole new channel.
Bracketologists.
No, we're just gonna rename this one. This one's dead. What we were doing before was
we're done.
Pointless. We didn't.
Aggressively average anglers, dumb.
Watch. 2 years from now, you guys are gonna have like a channel that's got like 3 million views, and you guys are gonna be doing bracket challenges on like pizza. Like you're just gonna go all over the place and just get outside fishing, and then you guys are gonna go super viral and then make millions.
I'm ready for the pizza bracket.
Paul has the harshest takes on pizza just because like it's part of what he does. Like
it's my brand.
I've never heard
the reason I brought up the pizza thing.
Yeah. Instantly worked up this guy. No, I love it. And again, nerds, if you have ideas, please let us know. You can always DM us on Instagram, shoot us some ideas there. We'll come up with some future brackets. This has been a blast. Punch Fishing, everybody. Like, go check them out. Follow them everywhere. But it's just at Punch Fishing all over the place, right?
At Punch Fishing. Instagram is probably my most active.
Okay. Subscribe, follow, do all those things for Punch. This guy is dropping content on all the stuff that you're going to buy anyways, so you might as well pay attention to it. And he knows what he's talking about. So there you go. We appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. All right. We love you guys. We'll see you next week. Member nerds, we'll see you on Tuesday. Regular nerds, we'll see you on Wednesday. Chaz, take us out.
No,
and by
Jeff,
that,
take us out.